Let's refresh this. Copy. How's it going, folks? Setting up the tweet. Let me get and we'll pop the chat on this side. No, we should be good. Hope everybody's doing well. Probably just gonna be doing what we usually do, just kind of fooling around. Whenever I wear long sleeves, I can never decide on if I need to roll them up or not, and then they make my elbows itchy when I roll them up. That's never a perfect solution, unfortunately. Okay, hopefully I did install CIT Resewn and the game didn't crash, so hopefully it did work. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Yay, CIT Resewn works. Yay. Yeah, let's grab some of this stuff. One of these days I'm gonna have to do something about these chickens. Unfortunately for me, today is not that day. Okay. Something I do want to do. Something I do really want to do is go grab... all our shulkers should be in our house, so we'll have to probably... You know what, actually... We have enough... We definitely have enough rockets to make the trip that I'm trying to make. But I should go grab all my stuff today. Okay. And then... Oh. We have 2 beacons in here? That's hilarious. Honestly, I'll keep the elytras out. I probably should just... I need to organize... What I really, really need to do, and maybe I should force myself to do it this stream, is I really need to organize my ender chest so I'm not constantly carrying like 50 shulker boxes in my inventory at all times. I just like the easeability of just having them all in my inventory, but they do just take up so much space. But I want to come over here because I'm pretty sure we have a shulker with a beacon, and I didn't really think about this because I usually think of beacons only going left and right, you know, like in the directions like northwest, east, and south. But I remember they go up and down like 300 some blocks. So if we make a beacon above the place we're mining, we should be able to clear it out a lot faster. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's a beacon here with all the supplies for it. I gotta be really careful because I've been playing on a modded server mostly, and I have a magnet. So I kind of just like everything just goes in my inventory really easily. So I need to be very careful not to accidentally drop something and then not pick it up because I'm not thinking. As much as I like, though I like my cape, I kind of want my elytra back, so I'm gonna swap my cape out, swap it off for right now. I'll probably forget about having it off and be really confused when the cape doesn't turn on when I change it or something. But I would like to work on the roguelike area a little bit more. We probably want to go to the end to repair tools. I'm gonna go check. Okay, I'm gonna organize this. As much as I hate it, I'm gonna organize this. So let's organize starting by taking out the random blocks. I think, though, I should keep some things in there because this is to activate beacons, you know? So we should do that. I can't remember if we have... This chest might be full, so we might have to go to the, Oh. Ah. Yeah, unless we have it somewhere. I guess this is the best way to check all. This might be going into the storage container. Yeah, this is going in the storage container. Actually, we should, you know what I should do actually with this? Is I was going to just make these random, like just put everything in there, but I should actually see, because we have all those, so we have like building block chests, we have like dirt chests, we should set each one of these containment areas to be a specific type of chest. So if I'm like, any blocks that would have went in the building blocks chest goes in that one. In that unit, rather than me putting like food in that unit and stuff, to maybe organize it just slightly better. I think that could work. I don't need this. Torches and obsidian. Okay. I should keep torches on me, because I should get a shulker of torches, is what I should do. I think that will be part of the organization. So, we have an empty shulker here. We also gotta put obsidian away. I think I put obsidian in precious materials, maybe? I might have changed that. I feel like I used to put obsidian in there. Okay, I don't think I do anymore. I think... Oh, there it goes. So... Empty shulker there. Brown concrete. We don't need any of this. This was from back when we were building the giant sniffer. You know what? I was gonna say we should organize it downstairs, but that's actually not true because we might need to fill other chests with stuff. Oh, I almost made it down. But it's going to be a lot of back and forth for right now, as we let people trickle into the stream. I like this stream because it forces me to do stuff. Like, I like playing Minecraft on YouTube because I always end up forcing myself to do things. There's probably concrete in one of the chests, but... Oh, so close. Ooh. Jesus. Chunky. Alright, so this is another empty shulker box. We'll put these out of the way for right now. We don't need those for right now. It's another empty shulker box. Golden apples, buckets of lava. We definitely don't need the cobblestone. And lots of lava. I mean, God, there's been like a little fly in front of my face all day, like a little fruit fly, and he's annoying the crap out of me. I don't understand flies. Like, why can't they just be anywhere else in the world? Why do they always have to fly directly in your face? I think we can just, we'll just empty this one. I don't really remember what I was doing with all this lava. I think it was probably for the pixel art project stuff. Golden apples I'll keep. We'll put them here. We'll keep everything in here, I think. Maybe we'll remove the moss. Yeah, we'll keep everything in here. We don't need this arrow. Yeah. See, I'm such a lazy hoarder though that like I know where some things are whenever they're there, so I don't want to move them now. I'll keep that there. This is just stone. Okay. This probably can be emptied. Yep. This is stone. I'm gonna keep that stone there for right now. This can be emptied, but we could take the gravel with us for building. Because we're using gravel. This was also another, we were just building something at the time. Shulker. Okay. I thought I saw polished stairs for blackstone stairs somewhere for us, but maybe not. This can go in here. Go in there. These also can go in there. I'm almost certain cyan terracotta exists in one of my chests, just because I made a theater out of it, but I guess not. Oh. And then we'll put these away as well. I don't even know where I would put... I guess they would go in here. I guess we could put it in the brewing. Brewing sand goes in the brewing. That makes sense. And then we'll put the jack-o'-lanterns away. Go put these back downstairs. And this can get selected up. So I think I'm going to make some shulkers that are purely just for the building projects that we're using them for. You know, like I want to try to color coat shulkers. I think maybe we'll make like black shulkers. Boxes that we just use for purely putting stuff in to take to other places to build. I think is what I want to do. We're going to take these two. And the only reason I chose black is I don't think I have anything labeled as black because this is gray. So we're going to just dye these shulkers black for building. White is for important stuff. Gold is for, or yellow is for golden apples and other stuff, I guess. I don't know. But white is for important stuff. This would probably be, I would constitute spectral arrows as in the white category. Just so we can kind of look at them and see. This is fire resistance stuff, golden apples. So I'm going to grab a shulker, this shulker. I'm going to fill it with a bunch of torches. I'm going to do brown for this shulker. Brown, and then we're going to grab tons of sticks. We don't have to fill it up to the brim necessarily, but I do kind of want to just fill these up as much as possible. And I'll grab like a block of coal. I underestimated how easy it was gonna be to to fill a shulker with torches. I was expecting this to take longer, or yeah, longer. Okay. We'll put the rest away. You can always use torches. That away, and put these away. Okay, so this is gonna be our torch shulker. We'll fill with torches. So this is a gold. This one is a beacon one, so maybe we'll make beacons light blue. This has a beacon in it. And we should put the beacon up front. We'll take these out. I think you can use emeralds to feed a beacon, I think, but we're not gonna do that. This is the tools chest. When did I get paper? That's gonna be our beacon, and then we'll grab these to sit in the beacon chest. And then night vision's good. I do think we should have a shulker for like excess tools. When I think of tools, what do I think of? What kind of dyes are there? Shulker boxes I think are already considered purple. What does magenta look like? Okay, magenta can be for excess tools. In this one, we also had some excess tools. Okay. Let's access tools. So then this is something we're using just for transporting blocks. Same with this one. Same with this one. And this one. And then red for rockets makes sense to me. Gray for elytras. I'm gonna put away my trident in here. I'm not gonna need it. I very rarely use my trident, if ever. And then the only other shulker that I would want to make is one for food. I like that the white shulker box ended up becoming the white shulker box ended up becoming like filled with a bunch of chimas, but they didn't even like I never originally had them. They were originally totems of undying. I never had originally had them be chimas, which kind of makes me laugh. That it just turned out to be like, oh, polar bear's shulker chest ends up being white. Okay, we'll take this. I don't know how someone took damage. Do pink. Okay. And then would this is considered plants, I think. I'm gonna just plant that cherry sapling around my house. I still want to cover this whole area in like cherry saplings. We might have to add another chest to this area. Gray. Wool. Wool. Granite away. Okay. Put that there. Because if we can actually get stuff in our inventory, it will make our life a little bit easier, I think. I'm gonna try and, like, plant that there. on the... I don't know why my elytra just failed. Just place it on the back there. Okay. So, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go fill it up with food. Probably bread. It'll make it a lot easier to like do things like this where we're harvesting a lot of items at once without having 80 shulker boxes in the inventory. I think the empty shulkers that we have in the ender chest could be used for transporting stuff from places, maybe. I think purple will just be remained like unnamed, kind of, you know? They're just ones that are yet to be given a title. Okay. Let me go craft some bread real quick. You really just get a ton of... you really just get a ton of seeds when doing this. I'm all over the place. The best part about having, or the worst part about having a wheat field this big is that it takes forever to, like, place stuff down. But the best part about having a wheat field this big is that once you're done placing all of it down, some of it's already basically done growing. I definitely think that a very important part about having a Minecraft world, whether this is a little bit tedious or not, like a long-term Minecraft world, I stand by the ideal that you need to have some things that you have to do manually. So for me, it's placing seeds, you know? Because I could so easily have, like, an automatic food farm with villagers and stuff. But I feel like having something that you actually have to go in and do just makes the game so much more enjoyable for me. Because it's not an AFK game, you know? Which, like, idle games, you know, really fun, but they're not really games when it comes down to it a lot of the times, where you're just, like, waiting for stuff to happen. So, I like to spend my time doing some things, even if it takes a while. I like to spend some time just, like, you know, doing menial tasks, because I always talk about it too, but it's the story of, like like, I don't know. I feel like if we don't have anything to bore us, you know, we're not gonna have anything that excites us. If that makes sense. We're gonna get those going. So I like spending time working on stuff. The bread isn't that fruitful for like a food source a lot of the times. Like I probably would be better off with carrots, but I swapped carrots out forever ago. Or even potatoes probably would be a little bit better. Originally in this, I was gonna have beehives everywhere pollinating. If you're ever wondering why I have random flowers everywhere, I was going to originally have beehives everywhere with bees pollinating stuff, but then I probably could do it now, but I think a bee drowned, and I was like, nope, we're not doing that anymore. I think I'd just have to waterlog these with like half slabs or something, and it'd be fine, but now we just have the bees upstairs doing their own thing. My friends and I were talking about cryptids today, and different cryptids from different cultures, and it got me thinking of like, you know, like Herobrine is kind of like a Minecraft cryptid, but like if I made a like a cryptid in lore, like what would it be? I guess like a warden is kind of like a cryptid. I'm just like, what would I make a Minecraft cryptid? What would my Minecraft cryptid be? Maybe like a Loch Ness monster. I've always been a big fan of the Loch Ness monster. I always think it's cool. It's also I'm also was a big fan when I was a kid. I don't know how much it lives up to today. But there was that old movie called, I should say old because it was when I was a kid, so I'm not old. But there's the old movie called The Water Horse. That was like about the Loch Ness monster that I always loved as a kid. I think that's what got me into the Loch Ness monster. I also just think sea creatures are so cool. They're kind of terrifying, but they're really cool. I know that logically it probably doesn't exist because how's the Loch Ness monster living in a lake like that without dying and then also not having like anyone? It's like Bigfoot. It's like how has this thing like existed for like generations and like no one's gotten a picture of it that's like isn't blurry? So it's like definitely they're definitely not real, but they're really fun to think about, especially if you like if you try to think about like the logistics of like the Loch Ness monster is a dinosaur or something from like this era, and they, you know, like it's kind of interesting because it's not like a monster. It's interesting to talk about and try to think about where they would have been coming from. Like, what are they? Is it like some sort of demon from the other realms, or is it is it like a dinosaur? Is it like a new animal? And also thinking about cryptids just makes me think about mythology, and we've been playing SMT3 a lot, and that has a lot of fun mythology in it. I'm excited to get back into SMT3 next week on Friday. I might end up putting Gotham Knights again on the back burner just to finish it if I can. This is where I need a Lays to, like, help me pick stuff up. I really haven't looked into a Lays that much. What I wanted to do with a Lays back when they came out, I just kind of thought of a fun idea, was to make, like, a game where we drop, like, a random number of balls or whatever, like snowballs or something, into, like, a little court that has, like, cobwebs and different stuff in the way, and have it where, like, there's 2 goals, you know, and they have to try to get them in the other person's goal. And whoever gets, like, the most, whichever goal has the most, like, that side wins kind of thing. Just have, like, a little fun game that people could bet on. But I never went and actually finished or even started working on it, just because it kind of got sidetracked, and I don't know how interesting that would be. Like, it would probably be a fun novelty one time and then never again. But it was a thought, you know. I always have ideas that I just, like, never talk about because I want them to be surprises, and then I never end up doing them, so it's, like, kind of pointless to keep them a surprise sometimes. But maybe we'll do maybe we'll do Alley Ball one day. Definitely know someone's probably done that already. Or something similar. Oh, something big, exciting, if anyone didn't know this, in one of the pre-releases, they have they're talking about making custom armor with data packs. So, like, the model on the armor in Minecraft is, like, static. Like, you can't change it, like how we could use a mod to change a weapon. Like, you can't really change armor. The only times we've, like, seen people change armor or like, have hats or anything is pumpkins. You can change, like, you can have custom blocks for pumpkins. That's, like, if you ever watch Hermitcraft or stuff and you see people have, like, hats on and stuff, that's because they're wearing a pumpkin on their head, not a helmet. So it's really exciting to have custom armor now, because that means we could, like, make custom armor sets for ourselves that look really cool, and they can still be vanilla armors, and they don't have to be modded armors or anything. I'm very excited, because that was one of the biggest things. Like, I wanted to make, like, samurai armor and, like, the Mandalorian armor and stuff like that. I wanted to make all this different armor back in the day when I was thinking of custom weapons and items, and it's just physically not possible. So now I'm very excited. Right, we got the food shulker now. It's not filled to the brim, but it's got a decent amount of bread. Sweet. Okay. I think what I want to do first off is we're probably going to head over to... I'm going to start heading over to the trial chamber. But what I want to do, instead of, like, actually start working on it, is maybe set up the beacon there, see if it works how I want it to work, and then move all of the blocks back. Like, this is we're doing a lot of busy work, but I you know, it's stream gives me a reason to do it, right? I think I might keep my rocket shulker out at all times, just because I feel like that's the one I'm gonna be pulling from the most. But we're gonna take all the blocks back And we'll try to empty that area out before we go back and start clearing it out so we don't have to, like, keep going back and forth. I know we have the trial map in one of the shulkers. I should grab it. It's in one of these. Trial Explorer map. I kind of remember where it is because it's like northwest. I kind of just go in a diagonal way. I thought this was I got sidetracked. I thought that was a gravel mountain because you never have too much gravel. It's like the world's smallest swamp biome. It's like a swamp biome. Oh yeah, this was where we found the witch hut. Like a swamp biome mixed in with like a mountain biome. That's so weird. Oh. Are you... Whoop. What the fuck? Why are you angry at me? Are you angry at the dog? Do they spit at dogs? You learn something new every day. But, oh, I don't have bones on me, do I? Is this one of the new dogs? Because it kind of looks weird. Is there a black dog? Huh. I might have to come back with some bones. I'm certain we have some bones. I wouldn't mind trying to get a dog back, one of the newer dogs. I genuinely don't remember. Maybe that is one. I don't remember that. I know there was one that I wanted to get that's like, looks kind of like a hyena. Where am I at? Ah, there we are. Looks kind of like a hyena. Beacon. Okay, we're gonna put it like here. I think it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I think it's 9 by 9, right? It might be. Is it 9 by 9 or is it 5 by 5? I think it's 9 by 9. I'm gonna double check. This does not help, actually. It's either, we're gonna do it either way too big. So, we're just gonna end up doing it way too big, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It's allowed to be too big. What are you attached to? Hi. What are these leaves attached to? Is there still wood up there? No? Oh, is it this? I think they're gonna go. I feel like I'm making this way too big. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna annoy me. Base of a max beacon. Uh, 9x9. I am right. Okay. Cool. I think do I need two? I can't remember. I think I need only one. We can go haste, haste, bop. And then we're just gonna go down. We can go see, does this go all the way down with us? I think it does. So it should make things a little bit easier. I kind of forgot about the concept of having a beacon above ground, because the reason I didn't want to use a beacon was because I didn't want to dig a big hole all the way to the sky. Okay. Just for my own sake, get one of these. Just so we can see what's in front of us. I'll grab these three bad boys. Definitely probably should have brought a little bit more. Actually, we cleared out this pretty well last time. Didn't realize it. Oh god. I fell straight through that hole. Alright, we're gonna go back up. Do we have bones here? I may go down to the trial chamber below to get some bones, so maybe we can tame some dogs on the way. Trying to think of the best possible direction we could go. Oh, there you are. You gave me absolutely every single thing you had on you except for bones. Excellent. Excuse me. Don't need slime. Nice. This doesn't really lead me anywhere. I mean, I gotta mine these at some point. I see the... I see everything but skeletons. We're about to run through this whole chamber. We got really... What kind of blue is this? Cold ocean. We got deep blues here. Maybe we want to use that for something. There's no way that's the only skeleton spawner. Oh, there it is. I was like, there's no way. I just want a little. Potato. Okay. Let's start heading back and actually emptying out the stuff. Once this place is actually done, this is gonna look sick. Okay. Let's start emptying. I guess we could probably put gravel into one of the other chests, one of the other shulkers. I think gravel we get, because that's a building block we're using. Ugh, ugh. I'll just take these torches and like, plop them around somewhere random just to fill some more light. I don't really dye the shulkers, so I never really noticed how, like, dark the black dye is on shulker boxes. Okay, and then that away. Some more stuff away. I don't know why I'm, like, holding on to this dead bush for dear life, or this axe, this stone axe, but it's just like you never know what you're gonna need. This is definitely not hoarder mentality. But like, seriously, Minecraft for me, you never know. Like, I never know when I go like, oh, like, you know, like maybe some people like throw dirt out or things, and then like I'll go, oh, I really want to build an island, you know, like that would be cool. And then I go to like look at the materials and go, oh, I have no dirt, you know, like I have no dirt. Time to start from scratch, I guess, you know. So it's like I want to be able to have everything already prepared for myself. Like, have all the stuff. Alright. Start heading back, and maybe look for some dogs on the way. We have this. Yeah, I think we have everything. Oh. Dog. Want to be my friend? It was like, not really. Yeah, as long as I hear it, I'll just accept that it's there. I'll just stop every few. No? They definitely gotta make dogs following you a lot better. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's following me. The only problem is I don't know if I'm going the right direction now. I probably have it written down somewhere. Okay, will you come up here? God dang it. There you are. Can you follow me ever so slightly upwards, my man? There you are. Or can you not, like, spawn on trees, maybe? Maybe that's his issue. He can't spawn on leaves. I feel like we're nowhere even near it, but I'm gonna pull out my notes just to see, because I'm worried that we're gonna keep walking in a direction for a really long time. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we gotta go this way. Gotta go this way. And this way some more. We still gotta go this way. I'm gonna take off my elytra and we're just gonna walk there, I think. I probably should actually sleep. Make my life a little bit easier. Yeah, come now when there's a creeper, dog. Thanks. Okay. I'm gonna fly onto a tree and sleep so I can see. I promise you there's no monsters nearby. Forget about the zombie. I promise you. I think they're also gonna be adding trims to horse armor and dog armor, I think, in a new update. I don't know how truthful that is, but I'm pretty sure you can enchant. They're gonna be able to show enchantments on armor too for horses and dog. I don't know if that actually applies to them, like if if that buff, like if we got like protection 4 or something like that on dog armor, would that actually give them more protection? That'd kind of be sick. Fire resistance, like that'd be really cool. It would be neat if you could enchant dog armor and give them, like, fire fang or whatever, and their attacks light enemies on fire or something like that, or like sharpness or something, and it'll make dogs do more damage. That'd be really cool. I know it's probably not going to happen, but it would be cool. I think that's where we need to be. I heard him. There he goes. I really like the concept of, like, dogs in Minecraft, but late game they're kind of not as good as they are. Like early game, the reason I survived, I feel like, so much in the early game was what I did early game was just how many times can I say early game? What I did in the beginning of this world was I just found 2 wolves, bred them like infinitely, and had like an army of wolves follow me everywhere. Can you fucking... Oh my god, what is wrong with you, dog? How about this? There you go. Okay. It's kind of hard for them to keep up with you, especially when you're using Elytra for everything. Like I am. There's an iron golem here? Huh. I guess those guys spawned an iron golem. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Okay, wait, where's my dog? I just need you to sit down for a second. What the heck? What's going on? What the... Why is there like infinite iron? Did they come through? Is this Irontown's Iron Golem farm? Did they come through Irontown's Iron Golem farm? Where? This isn't an Iron Golem farm, is it? Have they... How... They... There's no way, right? How's the iron been going? How would they even begin to get into here? There's no way. Like, there's no way that the... I have no idea what... I mean... Oh, are they spawning here? Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot about this platform. Oh. What the hell? They might have spawned here because of the villagers? What the hell am I gonna do with these guys? I'm gonna go put away this real quick, pick up these. Oh my lord. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what the heck we're gonna do here. I think maybe I'm just gonna bring like a lava bucket and just drop lava at their feet. I don't know if they're gonna get mad at me for that. We'll have to do it carefully. But what the hell, man? This is a very efficient iron farm. Are iron farms in the Nether just like the best? Oh my god. Well, we'll figure that out later. I just thought it was that guy. Okay. Let's get in the portal, bud. Did you do it? No. Can you do it? Hey. I think you went through. I think that's exactly what happened, because I made that platform hoping that piglins would spawn so I could get more piglins easily in that area and to get more trading stuff going, some more bartering. And I think that zombified piglins probably spawned and the villagers got scared and then spawned iron golems, and the iron golems started killing them because there was even it was happening probably a lot because I have the chunk loader there, so it's loading the chunks, which actually is strange. I thought zombie piglins couldn't spawn without player interaction, but maybe they can. Or maybe they were only spawning when I was there, like the piglins were only spawning when I was there and I just didn't notice. I'm not a hoarder. This this bush will become the most legendary thing ever. I need to grab it. My god, the fish fly, the fucking, not fish fly, the fruit fly is still in my face. Okay, we got a lot going on here for stuff. So we're gonna put these away. This will go in tools. I'm gonna put the trial map in here. And then copper. I gotta use the restroom real quick, so I'm just gonna go put this down into the storage unit, and then I'm gonna go to the bathroom super quick. So this will be a good opportunity for anybody that's chilling in chat, chilling watching this stream, to get up, stand up, get some water or something. You know. We probably can just chill down here, actually, because a lot of the blocks are going to be building blocks, but I'm going to BRB. I'll put you guys on the BRB screen. BRB. Smile. It gives you nothing but pain and anguish.
Say it loud, say it proud. I got nothing to do.
Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die.
You
Fuck
put it.
is it? I'm so stupid.
I built it. You place it. I ain't IKEA. I don't come to your house and put it together. Oh wait, IKEA doesn't do that. I am IKEA. I came to your house, dropped it off. You put it together.
Babes. It's T and Flair. They are there in my chat. T's not flat. You like my song? Face him, please! Please face him! Jeez. We're back. Ugh. How goes it? Make sure I unmuted. The first of many chests to be filled. Okay. That can stay, that all can stay in there. Make sure that we fill in everything, so it's 64. I don't know why I organized that, only to take it all out. Psychopath behavior right here. Okay, these two are empty. I bought No Man's Sky, and I've played it a little bit. It's a very, very fun game if you like space exploration and building and stuff. I think it's a really, really fun game. But they just recently had an update for it that that adds fishing into the game, and I think any game worth its salt has to have. I don't know if I would consider putting that there. Any game worth its salt it has to have a fishing mini game or some kind of way to fish in the game. I think that's just my personal opinion. And so I'm very, very excited. I haven't looked into it. I watched the trailers, and from what I see, it's good. It's nice that they added it, but it's a little bit disappointing to me because one of the things that I always like is to like be able to show off my fish and stuff, and it looks like there's very limited amount of fish you can get in the game, as well as there doesn't seem to be any sort of like aquarium or anything. So it seems very bare bones, which I appreciate that it's even in the game, you know, like I'm not going to ever complain about that, but I just like kind of wish it was better. It definitely felt like something that they added because people said they wanted it, not that they had an idea for it. But you know, some developers won't even add that anyways, and the guy who made No Man's Sky is still updating the game, so like you can never ever complain about like free updates. But you can definitely still be disappointed. I'll keep this potato in here because I don't know where the hell to put it. That's kind of my opinion with like Minecraft updates. Like people always complain about Minecraft updates, and I'm like, this game was like $10 20 years ago. like I can't really complain about it, but I can definitely be like, yeah, I kind of wish they did this. Like I think the Trial Chamber is like the best update they've ever had. Is it perfect? No, there's some things I'm disappointed that they did. Like the loot in it is kind of disappointing, but like I'm not gonna be like upset about it, you know? I feel like the only time I ever really got upset at anything in Minecraft was the mob vote stuff. Just because it felt like, you know, so many it's anybody's complaint, you know, like everybody has the same complaint of like it just feels like there's so many cool things here and I don't want to choose between them. But apparently they've officially canceled the mob vote or retired it, is what their Twitter said. Which is kind of nuts, actually. I feel like if I was Mojang, I wouldn't completely remove the concept of people voting on stuff. I would just change how it works. I would say, instead of, like, I think this is what I think they should do. Is they should... It's a little bit harder for maybe, like, kids to understand. Or people to grasp the thing. But I feel like if they sold us a concept rather than this is what you would get, like, you know, like with the armadillo, right? I feel like people pick the armadillo because of the concept behind it. And the fact that you would get dog armor and people wanted wolf armor forever, right? So they're like, but the armadillo isn't that cool, you know, like it's kind of lame, you know, or well, I guess it's as cool as it can be, right? Because it's a real animal, I guess. But it's like the penguins are so much cooler, but the penguins concept doesn't really do anything, right? Like it kind of just makes you go faster in boats, okay? So I feel like if they made it so that, if they said we're gonna make a concept that makes boats go faster, increases your reach, or in game, or increases like. Or makes wolf armor, right? That's the concept they're going to add. And then they're going to design a mob based on that later on. I feel like people would maybe have less of an issue. I feel like people would still fight over it, but maybe have a little bit less of an issue. Because they go, well, I want this mechanic. Like, I think this mechanic is objectively better. Versus the crowd of people that go, like, I want this mechanic, but I also want this cute creature, right? Like, people wanted the Iceologer, but also people wanted the Moo Bloom. Like, the Iceologer had a cool feature of being, like, a new creature that would attack you, a new mob in the game that was an enemy, and we haven't really had this kind of, like, idea before. But then the Moo Bloom has, like, interaction between mobs, so it's like maybe if someone said, like, we're gonna add a new creature with a new attack type, or you know, we're gonna add a mob that interacts with other mobs in certain ways. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it would be better. I feel like no matter what, people are always gonna complain. But you're always gonna have someone unhappy. But I feel like, as disappointing as it is to lose one of like the only opportunities to have like a voice in Minecraft, I'm personally okay with it, because I've just been tired of like, I'm tired of every year feeling like a disappointment. The only time that it didn't feel like a disappointment was when the sniffer got added for me, because that was the one I wanted, and that was the one that like really felt like the only good option. Because the rascal was cool, like, but it didn't seem like it would never have any overarching things, you know. It was just kind of a there, and wasn't really that, like, it'd be maybe fun a couple times, and then there was the glare, I think, right? Was that or maybe it was a golem? I can't remember. I think it was the tough golem. Tough golem seemed cool. I don't like what that sound. Am I? I had a little bit of static electricity, and then things unplugged. It said unplugged sounds. But I think it's gonna be better, and I think that the mob vote for me felt almost like bloat, where they were like, we just want to add something to add something. Like, they didn't feel like they had purpose, and they always felt really disconnected from the updates, because they were never meant to be connected to the updates. So that's why I always didn't like them, because like a lot of the mobs felt pointless, or like one-off features, and didn't fit like an overall theme. But I hope I hope that Minecraft's updates are still good. Supposedly, they said that they're going to be doing more frequent updates. Oh my god. Please give me my sword back. 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 Thank you. They said they're going to do more frequent updates, which would be kind of cool. Like, I'd like the idea of having more frequent, smaller updates, rather than like waiting for a really big update and then feeling kind of like, is this all we like? Because I don't know. I feel like all the updates recently have been bangers, but sometimes people are like, is this it, really? Or like when they have to wait for like Caves and Cliffs, for instance, where they had to split it up into 2 parts, like people were upset at that. And like rightfully so, to an extent. Like, you're allowed to be upset at things taking longer, but also they're gotta put in the work, right? They gotta get this stuff done, so it might take longer. So I was okay with it personally, because I felt it was really cool. But like, if they just said, hey, we're gonna update cave generation, that's gonna be the update, like, I don't think people would have complained. People would be like, oh, cave generation update, that's crazy, oh, I love that. Or like, and then like if they went like, oh, we added the deep dark, you know, like, oh, whoa, deep dark with the new cave generation, that's so sick. Like, if they they focus on one feature and work on it really hard, and then like release other features over time, I feel like it's gonna work a little bit better. But I'm of course not some sort of like, you know, wizard. I can't see the future. I don't know everything. So you never know what's actually gonna go down. But okay. Enough chit-chat. We're gonna go chit-chat at... Yeah, enough chit-chat. Now we're gonna go chit-chat at the trial chamber and go do that. But if anybody's watching this in the future, or watching this right now, like watching the VOD or watching this live, let me know what you guys think about the Minecraft mob vote getting disabled, basically. Getting retired. How do you guys feel about that? Because I feel like it's probably gonna be alright. But it is disappointing that, like, there was never a happy medium we could find. It would have been really nice if we could have gotten... Like, I know the classic, like, can I get all 3? It would have been nice if we could have gotten all 3. But I understand why we couldn't have gotten all 3. And I think it's also just the case of, like, you know... Whenever I think about the all 3 argument, I always think about, like, has your parents ever asked you, like, do you want to go to McDonald's, Burger King, or, like, Wendy's, right? and you were like, well, I want all three, right? It's like, well, you could, like, your parents could drive you to all three stores, all three fast food restaurants, and get you all three. That's something they could do, but that's not what they asked. They asked you, which one do you want? Like, you know? And so it's like, yeah, they could do all three. Maybe they physically can't do all three, right? Like, maybe they literally can't, and then that's a whole issue, but they could do all three, right? But that wasn't the point of the thing. It was about you selecting one. Whether I agree with it or not, I personally under the belief that they probably can do all three if they really wanted to. Them saying they can't do all three is probably not the actual case, but I think it's one of those things is they just don't want to. Have we? Ooh, that was a little dicey. Oh my god, excuse me. Curse of vanishing everything. Now we just gotta follow the beacon. Probably could have made more night vision potions, but I think we'll be fine. And I hope that whoever on the Mojang team that really wants to add a new golem gets an opportunity to add a new golem, because they keep offering golems and they never get picked up. The copper and the tough golem. I also think, okay, I don't want to be annoying about, like, because like I said, I'm like, you shouldn't complain. But I think the one thing that, like, really annoys me about Mojang sometimes is they kind of, like, they'll, like, say, like, just because your mob doesn't get voted for doesn't mean they're never gonna get voted for. Remember the frogs, didn't get voted for, and now they're in the game. And it's like, yeah, but that's a little bit different, because that wasn't a mob vote. That was a biome vote that you told us all three was gonna be in. Sorry, that took all of my mental fortitude to focus on that. Baby zombies are kind of scary. But, like, it's a little bit different. But then, like, so they're trying to say to us where it's a nice sentiment of being like, well, just because your favorite didn't get in doesn't mean it's never gonna get in. It could potentially come way down the line, right? And it's like, okay, that's nice to hear. Oh, I just noticed. Oh, that sucks. I just noticed the beacon effect doesn't make it this far down. How is it that far away? Oh, that is kind of annoying, but what? Oh, damn, man. But it's not that big of a deal. But I like the sentiment of them saying, like, oh, your favorite mob may make it in someday, kind of thing. But then they also, like, turn around and say, like, oh, the mob's only gonna show up if it, like, fits the theme, kind of thing. Like, maybe if it fits the theme of something, it will show up. And then what do? They release the trial chambers, this place with copper and tough, all copper and tough blocks. Huh, this would be a perfect theme to bring back the copper or tough golem. No, we're not doing that? Okay. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be like, I always feel like I'm being a little bit snarky with it, but I'm just like, this is what you're saying to me, and just like, this is the best time for that to be added. So are you saying this because you're telling me that you're gonna add them, or are you saying this just, like, I don't know, like, when is the copper or tough golem gonna be added ever, if not, like, at this point? I still believe in the Mojang team, though. I feel like I really truthfully, I think people think that they're, like, they've given up on trying to make the game good, and they're just kind of putting out updates and stuff. And I think people think that, like, Microsoft has really taken over the team, and, like, maybe they have. But I really truthfully believe that these people are putting in their hard work every single day. I know that there's a lot of people that think these guys don't, like, probably work 5 minutes a year, but these people probably work so hard. And I have full faith that they're trying their best to make the absolute best game they possibly can. Like, it's definitely difficult to try and fit things into a game that's this many years old without ruining it, So I may not agree with every single decision they have, but I think overall they are making a fantastic game. God dang holes. God dang Shia LaBeouf. That's really unfortunate the beacon doesn't reach that far. You learn something new every day. I thought it said that, like, because we're at Y minus... There's no way we're more than 300 blocks away. Unless we're, like... No, like, there's no way this isn't, like, somewhere within it. Yeah, so I think that's interesting. I don't know much about beacons because I really don't use them very often because they're annoying to set up. But I think they go up, not down for whatever reason. Maybe I'll start recording this just to have a little bit of a time lapse go. I saw this thing online because this was kind of like a popular trend. I think QT Cinderella started it, where she put up a challenge of like name 100 women. They can be famous women, they can be streamers, they can be anybody. They can't be your like family or friends. They can't be fictional. They have to be real women, and then like try to time yourself. And I couldn't sleep the other night, so I saw someone like talk about it online the other day, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if I can name 100 women, and I did it in about like 28 minutes, probably 26, because I left the timer on by accident. Also on an iPad, so I probably could type a little bit faster, not using an iPad. But I was just in bed like trying to think of women that I knew, and I feel like if you're a wrestling fan, you kind of have cheat codes, because like the naming specifications for the rules doesn't have to be like their real names, you know? Like Marilyn Monroe's name I don't think was actually Marilyn Monroe, but you could say Marilyn Monroe as your answer and that would count towards a woman because people would know who you're talking about. So like a lot of female wrestlers, you know, their names aren't actually their names, but that's what they're referred to, and people would know who you're talking about if you said like Charlotte Flair, you know. So that was a pretty easy cheat code to add like 40 to 50 more women onto the list. Plus like HoloLive and like streamers and stuff. It was kind of fun. I would try doing that for a stream maybe. It was funny how many people I was like, oh yeah, I like this person, and then like sort of later down the line I was like, who's that really annoying like actress I don't like? You know, like I was trying to think of like all these people, like, oh, who's that person that said like really stupid shit online? Oh yeah, that person. Like, you know, I was like filling with people I didn't like. And then I was thinking of like voice actresses like Mila Kunis. And then I was thinking they always make the joke about in Family Guy, because Mila Kunis plays Meg in Family Guy. They always make the joke that they always make jokes about Lacey Chabert, who I believe was the original voice actress for Meg. So I was like, Mila Kunis, Lacey Chabert. Like I was like that works. I don't know. I'll have to like test myself one of these days. I gotta set up a friend to do this, but like I don't know if you guys have a person that like you think of. We gotta go here is where we're where we're going, right? I don't know if you have a person whenever someone's like, you know, if someone says like name a woman, like do you have a person that comes straight to your head? Because for me, with men, it's Tom Hanks. Like if someone's like name a man, name an actor, it's always Tom Hanks. So I'm like, I wonder what my, like, if someone was like, name a woman right now, like, I probably would just be Michelle Obama. But I'm just like, who would I name? Maybe Rhea Ripley. I was thinking about this the other day. Or I was actually thinking about this morning, where I was like, I feel like it would kind of be fun because VTubers always have like their parents or like pictures of their parents like designed as VTubers. And I'm like, I feel like that would be kind of fun for my parents. I don't know if I want to do that, but like I feel like it could be fun. And but then I was thinking the internet's kind of a gross place. And I don't really want people fantasizing about the VTubers of my parents. You know, like I'm kind of a hypocrite for that because like, you know, I see VTuber mom or like VTuber and I think like, oh, awooga, you know, like I gotta be better about that personally as well. But I was just like, I'm like, am I comfortable with like designing a character for like my mom or my dad and then seeing like not safe for work fan art? Like, am I comfortable with that? And I was like, I'm not. So I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna do that. Like, and I think like for the most part, like as long as you're not doing anything illegal, I feel like if you find someone attractive, you know, and you do things on your own, full power to you. You know, just don't gotta let people know, right? But I'm just like I don't think I would be comfortable with that. I feel like that would make me feel not great if I saw it. But if people were doing it privately, you know, full power to you. It's kind of the mentality I have with like my mom wanted to do a thing with me for like TikTok where we would do like cooking videos or something like that, like just fun like mom and son videos. And I was like, I would be into this, you know, but I think we have to be said that like you have to come into like, especially if you're gonna show off. Rule 34 is an unfortunate thing. Exactly. What's going on? Exactly. Rule 34 is unfortunately a thing. And fortunately a thing. But, my mentality going into it, we never did any of that, but my mentality of going into, like, the TikToks with my mom would be, like, I have to, like, she's got thick skin, but, like, I know that shit would get to anyone, right? You know, like, if enough people start, like, telling you shit, like, shit would get to you, and the internet's gonna be ruthless no matter what, so I was, like, my mentality with making things with my face in it is, like, am I gonna be okay with someone making fun of me? Like, am I gonna be okay if someone says, like, I look fat, stupid, ugly? Like, am I gonna be okay with that? And that was like my mentality with my mom. Like, are you gonna be okay if someone says like you look ugly? You know, because someone's gonna say that, whether it's true or not. Someone's gonna say it, and are you okay with that, or is that gonna ruin your day? If that's gonna ruin your day, then let's not do it. You know, let's just do it for ourselves. Let's just make videos for ourselves, and we don't have to upload them. I think that's just kind of the mentality I have to come in with a lot of stuff, is like, is it gonna ruin my day if this happens? You know, yes or no, and then if yes, don't do it. If no, then you're fine. Okay, I think what I want to do, I have sort of like a curve here, but I think I'm gonna mine out to here. This is where we'll stop up here. So we still got quite a bit to mine out. But then once we're done mining this out, we'll have the whole area cleared, and then we can start going. I don't have to go up high, I only have to go up this high. But I would be lying if I didn't say I would like to draw cute fan art of my family. I also just think that, like, I know my dad would probably like it, but I don't think he would really understand. Like, you know? He would, not understand how or why I would have drawn it if I showed it to him, and I know, like, if I showed it to my mom, she would be like, oh, that's so cute, and then would show it to my dad, so I'm just like, I don't want to, like, have a conversation where I have to explain everything to him, in a sense, in the nicest way possible. I don't want to have that conversation with my dad, so, you know, like, why do I have horns? Well, my character has horns, and you're my dad. Well, why do I look like that? You know, like, he probably wouldn't. He'd probably just be like, all right. You know, like, he probably wouldn't even care. But I'm an overthinker, unfortunately. That's my job. I overthink. I do think that, like, on the topic of, like, VTubery stuff, like, I feel like a lot of VTubers have, like, lore, you know, to your character, and I don't think you need lore to be a VTuber. I think that's a very much, like, an idol VTuber type thing. Like, there's VTubers that are just people... A little bit rude. There's VTubers that are, like, idols, and then there's VTubers that are just, like, people with an avatar. And so I never really put in thought of, like, my backstory. I never really wanted to play a character because I felt like that would just be not fun for me. Like, I never really went into this thinking about, like, oh, I'm gonna be, like, you know, have this backstory, be this character, do this, do that. Like, I never felt that way. So I've never tried to portray myself. But I kind of like the idea because I've been drawing a lot of, like, I like drawing a lot of weird little guys. You know, like, very, very, like, often you'll see me post on, like, Twitter or maybe Discord. I do it rarely on Discord, but maybe on Twitter. Maybe I should do it more on Discord. But I'll post just, like, weird little guys. Like, I just like drawing, like, creatures. Like, not always, like, necessarily Pokemon, per se, but, like, in the vein of, like, a Pokemon is a weird little guy, like, a weird little creature. That's what I like drawing, is just weird little guys. Maybe I should do Weird Little Guy-tober again in October. But, I thought a fun, like, soft lore for my VTuber would be, like, I own, like, a ranch that little monsters live on. Like, I own a monster ranch. I'm a monster rancher, if you will. And I just have a bunch of weird little guys that live on the ranch that I take care of. I don't know. I think it would be kind of fun. I could see my character just, like, having a bunch of weird little guys follow him around. Oh, this is going up way too high. It's always cool when indies have lore. Yeah, I just, like, you know, I can just imagine... Oh, God. Jesus Christ. What a fucking horrible mess. 1 second. Let me swap. Fuck off. 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 And fuck off. And fuck off. And fuck off. Okay. Excellent. I like sometimes can like imagine like little scenes in my head, and I just can like imagine my character standing by like a barn and there's a bunch of weird little creatures running around him. Like I feel like my guy takes little misfit creatures and raises them because he's a little misfit creature himself. Because I'm gonna open up some, it's gonna open up some things, but, because I have Kaima here, who's our, like, little mascot that sometimes sits in my head. And we had Toby, he was, like, a frog that sat on a cookie. Like, I just draw, like, a lot of weird little guys, so I just think it's funny to be like, oh yeah, all these little guys, like, they're not just drawings, they're, like, little creatures I take care of. Kaima's like a mascot slash best friend for life kind of guy, you know. So I thought that would be fun, but I don't know. I mean, I guess like people like Iron Mouse, you know, like they have a character, you know, like they're like Iron Mouse is like the queen of the of hell or whatever, but she doesn't really like play that character, you know? Like so I guess I don't have to like play a character. What's the build for today? I don't know if we're gonna like build anything, like actually finish a build or anything. I'm just kind of working on the slime caverns right now. I don't know if I want to do anything else. Like we could always build like a shop or something in the alley, but I don't know. This stream has been so far like organizing stuff. I organized my my ender chest finally. I organized my ender chest finally after years of not doing that. And I moved some stuff into the storage units downstairs. But right now I've just been kind of working on the roguelike slime caverns area, trying to like clear it out a little bit. And then maybe we could like work on something. I definitely have like a list of things that I need to work on at some point. I should probably like make like a to-do list and like just check off little projects we can complete on stream. But I don't really like make plans. I just kind of like feel it out, you know? I don't know what's better. Like I don't know what years, damn, yeah, years. I have not. There was a puffer fish in there, and that probably has been sitting in my ender chest for legitimately years. Like it has probably been there forever. But like I just kind of like do whatever. I go with the flow, you know. I never really make plans of what I want to do on stream, and I don't know what you guys would prefer. Like, I don't know what you guys want. Like, I know some people just say like do whatever you want, and like that's always nice. But like if you guys are like, I find it really boring when you just mine and talk for several hours. You know, it's like okay, I can see that. I can see why that maybe is boring. So it's like if there's anything ever that people want, like I am more than happy to listen to people's desires for streams. I think I'm gonna... I've just been enjoying like these really chill streams. You know, like I've actually been thoroughly enjoying just sitting and talking about nothing. Even though I very rarely have things to talk about, I enjoy it. I enjoy just chilling and chatting with people, and hopefully people can enjoy that too. I would like to maybe try and find some things to do, because there's days where I'm like, I feel like there's not much going on, and so I kind of wish there was a little bit more going on these streams for people, because I feel like maybe this isn't as interesting for everyone. But I just like I don't know what to do for YouTube streams anymore. Like I just we did a lot of Pokemon stuff. Like maybe we'll just go back and do some more Pokemon stuff. But I have been just enjoying getting a relaxing stream. We're on Twitch. We're playing like games, a bunch of different games every week. So I feel bad because Twitch is getting a lot a lot of the gaming stuff, but YouTube's all about the chill vibes. You love the more chill streams? I hope people do. I appreciate it. You always seem to be coming through and chilling out here, and I really appreciate it. Like you know, it's a lot. It's sometimes very difficult to figure out what to talk about when you're by yourself, but like when people come in chat, it's a big weight off my shoulders, because like some people can ask questions, or like maybe we talk about something random, and then you guys have your say of what you want to talk about with it. Like, you know, like maybe I go like, you know, I hate blue cheese, and you guys go like, well, I really like blue cheese, and I go, you know, we can have like a back and forth. It's a lot easier. Like maybe I just need to bring some people on to chill with me. I would love to be part of like, I would love to do some streams with people where I'm just like, I'm not even like streaming with them or playing the game. I'm just there, you know, like Game Grump style couch co-op. Like, I'd love to do a stream where I just, like, have someone here and chill with me, and I would love to be on someone's stream and just, like, low stakes, I get to just chill and watch them play the game. I feel like, that's an underrated genre of streams. Though I say that now, but that's like completely the opposite of what I wanted to do coming into streaming, because way back in the day I wanted to, like, this channel that we're watching right now was made with the intention of being me and my friend's channel. It was originally called the Reckless Canadians Game, and it was going to be me and my friend's YouTube channel, because I always liked the idea of having like a group YouTube channel. And I always wanted to do YouTube with my friend. Like, we've been wanting to do YouTube together forever, but we just, like, neither of us have the drive to be like, okay, we have to, like, this is the day we record, and like getting it. Like, neither of us had like kind of the drive to get things done together and like wrangle each other. Nobody wanted to be the wrangler. We just wanted to show up and do it whenever. So it kind of, we never really had anything. None of our plans really came to fruition. But I always wanted to like stream with, or stream and like make videos with people or with my friends. But now I'm like kind of the opposite, and then I'm also kind of leaning back into wanting to stream with more people. But like when I started UnchainedAwesome, like changed the title of the channel, started doing stuff by myself. I wanted to do like solo content because I always felt like I was never like the number one in anything. Like I was always like the guy that people would be like, "Oh, you're really nice," but like I wouldn't, you know, invite you to things, or like, you know, like I always have fond memories of you, but like you're not my like friend kind of thing, you know? I always felt like I was number 2 in a lot of stuff, and I was very worried that like if I started a YouTube channel with people, that I would be the other guy, you know? Like, there's a lot of times where you see, like, a duo of people, and there's, like, the one guy that everybody loves, and then there's that other guy who's nice, and people like him, but he's just never gonna be as popular as the other guy, or as the guy. And so, I was worried that I was gonna become that, and I wanted to make a channel that I would focus primarily on myself, so that I would find my own audience, and then if I wanted to stream with other people, we would have 2 sets of audiences. You know? Because I think that it gets difficult when you work as a team and then want to go do your own things, you know, because you're going to splinter your audience, because people are going to be like, there's going to be that subsection that really likes that one other person on your team. There's going to be that subsection that like really likes you, and then there's going to be that subsection that really likes both of you and likes your chemistry together, and that's what they look for rather than one or the other. They look for that chemistry, and they enjoy the jokes you make, or the stories you tell, or the things you do together rather than alone. And that was what I was always nervous about, was that I was gonna start a YouTube channel with, like, my friends, and I was gonna never never take off as much as they do, because I have a lot of very talented friends that are very funny and very smart and very cool. So I always felt that I wasn't gonna be that guy. And I think it's like a little bit of a silly thing to think, but I also think it's kind of a valid fear to have, you know. I would never, like, try to tear down my friends, you know? Like, you know, I would never try to sabotage my friends from getting popular or famous or what have you, but I was always worried that, like, I would never be able to reach that with people. Whether that's a factual thing or not, who can say, but it did end up happening to me anyways, even on top of that, because I remember way back in the day, like, when I kind of started streaming on... Actually, it wasn't really... I started streaming on Twitch, and then I took, like, a couple-year break, I think, and I started streaming again, met this guy, we started streaming together, doing stuff, and it was fun. I think we had pretty good chemistry of, like, we were able to make jokes, and it was entertaining, but there was, like, a lot of instances where I would be doing something by myself, just having a fun, chill stream, and people would come into my chat and be like, "Yo, when is he streaming? You should get him on your stream. You know, you should have him on your stream, you know?" And it's like, it's a very innocent... I feel like it's a very innocent thing for someone to ask. To be like, "Oh, I like when you two are together. You should get him on this solo stream. You should just have him on there." And I remember it was kind of upsetting for me, because I was just like, to me, it was like telling me, like, well, you're not funny enough, you're not good enough to do it, because we need you to have this guy on. So it was kind of upsetting, and I kind of went through what I was already afraid of with that, you know. I kind of went through it, so it was I kind of went through my fear already, so I've kind of gotten over it, kind of, like, dealt with the fact that, like, that's gonna happen. You can't really fault people for liking what they like and then telling you what they like. You kind of just have to take it with a grain of salt, you know? Some people are gonna like things, and it doesn't mean that they, like... I think, like, the biggest thing is, like, just because someone, like, likes something or likes someone and it's not you, doesn't mean they hate you. I don't even know where this came from, but we get into philosophical talks in Minecraft. We're always chatting. But yeah, like, I actually don't even know how this started, but yeah, Minecraft. chill streams. I'm, like, actually, like, I'm searching for where this came from, but I can't even think of it. Oh yeah, we're talking about Game Grumps. Even if they mean well, it's still kind of rude to go to someone's chat and be like, "Where's the other guy?" Yeah, I think so. Like, it's a little bit bad manners, but, like, it's an innocent enough question to understand that, like, this person likes it when you two stream, so, like, they want to see that, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're just, you know, playing Minecraft. You could invite the other person in." And I was just like, I remember getting really upset during that stream, like, not even, like, mad, just, like, upset. Like, I was like, "Well, I'm sorry I'm not, like, doing good enough for you," you know, kind of thing. So I'll try to do better. I think they felt bad afterwards, but I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry. This is just unfortunate that I want to do things on my own sometimes. But I'll never fault people for telling me what they want, you know. It's like, it's a thing of, like, I don't know, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt nowadays. Like, not everything is personal. Not everything is, like, meant to be hurtful. Sometimes people just say stuff to say stuff. And it may just be thoughtless, rather than, like, actually trying to be harmful. Like, there are a lot of people that, like, will hate you for X, Y, and Z things, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. Like, there's no point in, like, worrying about it, because, like, there's nothing you could have done to begin with. Like, there's people I see on Twitter all the time being like, you know, like, VTubers specifically, there's, like, a common thing where VTubers will do, like, my VTuber versus, like, my IRL face, and then people will unfollow them because some people just like VTubers to not show their face and be the character, right? Like, there's certain people that like that, and then people will get upset, like, oh, this person, like, I got so many so many people unfollowed me after doing this, I feel like, you know, so bad or whatever, like, it sucks that I can't just do this. And it's like, yeah, but those people, like, they would have never liked you to begin with. Like, they would have never, those aren't the people that are gonna stay with you. So, like, you shouldn't worry about that. You shouldn't worry about people, leaving you, because if you did that, like, that little thing, they're not gonna, and that's something you want to do, like, they're not gonna support you to the end. And there's also, like, a large chance that, you know, some bots just got cleared from your follows, like, they're, you know, so, like, I think that, like, there are some people that are gonna like things or hate things, and not even like hate in the sense of, like, they hate you, they don't like it as much, but there's nothing you can do about it, you know. You just gotta, you can take the criticism with a grain of salt and see if you can change from that, or if you don't feel like you can change from that, then it's okay. And again, this is coming from a guy who's just speaking words out of his mouth. Like, I don't know everything. And a lot of the times when I say stuff, it's always like easier said than done kind of stuff, and then also it's stuff that I probably just need to tell myself as well. Like, you know, I overthink things. I get upset when things don't go my way. I get upset when people don't like me, you know, like, it's not like I'm some sort of saint, like, levitating above everybody else. It's just, like, words that I sometimes feel like people need to hear, and it just, I truthfully don't think. Like, I truthfully don't think whenever I'm speaking. I just say whatever comes out of my mouth. So, you know, if my shit doesn't make any sense, that's why. Like, I'm just expelling word vomit. I think we'll drop down to go grab some of the blocks on the floor. Professional yapper, exactly. That's why that's always like why I'm titling these streams like "Come Hear Me Yap," because that's truthfully just what I do. Is I'm just simply yapping the entire time. I just do nothing but yap. And then I go quiet for a while because I'm loading the next yap. It was funny. I can't imagine they're watching, because, I mean, they could be. I don't want to say that, but there's a streamer that I like, kind of met, I guess, like, online met, I guess. Because they did one of those posts that are like, people do these posts all the time on, like, Twitter, where they're like, I want more streamer friends, like, interact, and then, like, usually it doesn't go anywhere. But I interacted with this one person's post, and they actually showed up on one of my Twitch streams, and I was like, oh, that's sick. And I, you know, try to reciprocate, like, I raid and want to be part of their stream too, and, like, support them, because I feel like, you know, that's how you make friends. You know, you try to support each other. But it was really funny because I raided them the other day, and it was really, really funny to me. I don't know why, because they were like, oh, they're being very nice about me. They're like, oh, if you don't know Unchained, you know, you should go check him out. He's really sweet. He's really nice. I'm like, oh, that's like, oh, that's such a nice thing for them to say. I'm like, they didn't have to say that. And like, oh yeah, he plays Minecraft. If you guys like watching someone play Minecraft, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh man, they're really selling me. Yeah, like if you guys like speed running games, they do a lot of speed running. What? What? I don't speedrun games. Huh? And I was like, I'm like, should I say something? I'm like, I'll just let them say that, and then if anyone comes in from their stream and go, oh, when do you speedrun? I'll just explain it to them, because I was like, huh? I don't speedrun games. And then I was thinking, like, why did they think I speedrun games? And then the one stream they were in, or at least the only stream that I know they were in, it was a stream of me playing Shin Megami Tensei 3. We've been playing that recently on Twitch, and it's a lot of fun. It's the last couple streams have been a headache, but it's been a lot of fun. But they were in one of the streams where I went into the dungeon, like finished basically the entire dungeon, fought the boss and lost, and so I had to redo the dungeon. And so I was like, yeah, we gotta go here, 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 and I was doing it kind of quickly because I had already done it like an hour ago. And so I'm like, maybe that's what they thought? Like maybe they saw me like knowing exactly what I needed to do, and they were like, oh, he's speedrunning. Like, but it was just because I lost the boss fight. I'm like, maybe? I don't know. But I'm like, I don't want to correct them on their stream. They got like 30 people in their chat. Like I don't need to like try to explain it to them. I'm just like, I'll just let them say it, and then, you know, and it's not a bad thing for them to say. It's not like they're not like he plays, you know, like, I don't know, like it's not like they're like, oh, he plays Fortnite, you know. Like, sorry if anybody plays Fortnite, but if it's not like anything bad, so I'm not gonna like complain, and it's not like they did anything evil. Like, I don't want them to feel bad about it, so I just let it be, because it's like, yeah, that's a thing I can fix on a personal basis with the people coming into the stream. I'm trying to get myself out there a little bit more and just trying to meet new people, even like if it's just through the streaming space, just because like I have quite a bit of friends. Like I'm very, very fortunate for my friends that I have, but like sometimes I'm just like, I want to meet new people. I want to like try to get better at like socializing with people, you know. God forbid, maybe find love. You know. I'm not really actively searching for love in the streamer community, because it seems like every 2 days there's some sort of like post about someone being like an abuser or something. So I'm just like, you know, I'm gonna just look for friends, but like, I'm like, but this will just be practice for when I go out into the real world. Hopefully, hopefully it'll be something, because I'm just not the most social person. So it's a little rough out here for your boy. Which is also another reason, like, that's kind of like another reason why I started streaming, was I just wanted to kind of like meet new people, practice social skills. It's not the best arena to practice social skills in, but like, I think it will be helpful. It's helpful in like small talk with people, because I find small talk to be very, very difficult. Like, I can't keep up a conversation unless it's like a conversation about like something I'm interested in, I guess. But like, I'm dating apps are not the place. How's it going? What's going on, Xfinity? I know I'm probably not pronouncing that name right again, but how's it going, my man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But I've tried many of the dating apps, and the dating apps kind of blow. They're not the best place to like actually find people. But I find that the hardest part with it out of the most is just trying to like have a conversation with someone over text that you don't know. And so, like, I'll try, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at small talk and, like, holding the conversation, where, like, I don't really like instigating conversations. with people, but it seems like nobody is really interested in instigating conversations with people. So. Ah! You're playing a server with some friends just harassing and bullying them? Oh no. Hopefully it's for friendly harassing and bullying. You know. Hope you're not griefing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I trust you. I think you're being a little mischievous, man. So, we've basically cleared out this area. So yeah, we basically cleared out this area. Now we just need to... I think we need to mine this down a couple more, and we should be good. Other than that part on the roof, but that part on the roof can be done at any time. Right now. Okay, we can sort of start just building. I'm gonna mine those 3 blocks down, and then we'll be good. Make a little bit of my own parkour here. It feels so weird having so much space, because I put all the shulkers in here now. It feels so weird having so much space in my inventory. I got my AFK friend to 2 hearts and put a sign saying X was here, but I think you could already tell. That's so funny. Ugh. Nothing like putting blocks around your AFK friend, you know? Nothing like building a little hut around your AFK friend. It's the right thing to do. So here, yeah, he's gonna try and shoot me all the time. Maybe we'll go down. We'll just go down 1 from here, maybe. Actually, you know what? I feel like it would be cool to make it sort of lopsided. So I'm gonna just go up and grab some building blocks. So these should have all the building blocks I'm gonna use. I color-coded my shulker boxes. Ah. I'm gonna mute your stream and help a friend real quick. Sounds good, even though you probably can't hear me saying sounds good. If you guys have ideas for, like, for different dungeons, let me know. I'm always down to take some ideas. Take some gravel, andesite. I don't have any clay anymore. I do want to put moss, but I think I might put moss hanging from the roof. Like, maybe make the roof green. With, like, the green glass and everything. I think I'm gonna do... Okay. So for this, I kind of just put down whatever I want. We need cobble as well. I kind of just put down a bunch of blocks randomly. Don't really think about where I need to put them. Do we have cobblestone? Oh, we don't really have cobblestone. Obviously, we could turn regular stone into cobblestone. That might be something we gotta do. Unfortunate. That is something I forgot. Not a failure. I mean, it's okay. If we just stop using cobblestone, nobody will notice. Right? You guys wouldn't notice. You guys wouldn't know. Lighting it up with glowberries would be neat. Yeah, that would be actually a nice idea as well. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That'd actually be really sick. I do want to do, though, I kind of want... So I'll probably make it so we can't reach the glowberries, because I kind of want to make... And I know this is stupid, but it's because I'm a nerd. I kind of want to make glowberries the currency. The currency for the trial chamber roguelike game. I kind of want to make the glowberries be like, you earn X amount of glowberries if you do X amount of things. Mainly, the reason why I chose glowberries over any other type of thing is because One Piece, the currency in One Piece are called berries. And so I thought that was kind of fun. And so I thought glowberries would be a cool thing. So I wanted to, like, maybe put spots where you could actually collect them from the runs, so you could get, like, a little bit of, like, extra points, but I don't want to have it, like, too many in here to, like, just be able to get you free stuff if you come in here. So maybe we'll just make it, like, high up, and they're hanging down, and maybe only a few can be touched from down here, kind of thing. We'll try to make it so you can't, like, grab a bunch. But I think that would be really cool to have the glowberries, because you can shear the glowberries so they don't. I was trying to figure out how to get to the skeletons. Didn't even realize that there was a thing right there. Yeah, thank you. I think it's fun because it's just like, you know, I'm trying to find uses for like random items in the game, like glowberries. When are you gonna use glowberries, right? When are we ever gonna use glowberries? They do like no hunger, and they're just really easy to get kind of thing. So like, when are we actually gonna use glowberries for anything? So I thought, like, let's make glowberries the currency. That would be fun. I'm just gonna kind of start placing blocks randomly here. I'm just trying to make like a little outliney thing. Definitely want more slime blocks everywhere. I want to maybe make some crystals like that hanging from the rafters. Maybe we'll make a crystal over here somewhere, but I want to make sort of more like slime crystals, maybe smaller ones, hanging around. That's definitely a goal. Sorry, little one. You're in the way. Dude's taking pot shots at me. Like a coward. Okay. I think it's time. I think it's time to start clearing things out. No, we'll do smooth stone for this, so we can have, like... I should probably get torches. Yeah, let's go grab torches so we can light up the bottom areas of this. You're back with audio. Welcome back. Now my voice may fill your ear holes. Welcome back. We're just working on the slime caverns right now. Trying to just figure out what the heck we want to do here. You're scared. Should be. You're in your friend's base. Oh, I see. You snuck in there undercover. This is gonna be a lot of me looking back and forth at things. I did. Something like this. Like, what if I made this a little lopsided where this side is sort of held upwards and then this side is sort of more flat? Maybe? I start putting torches everywhere. Or we could just do kind of what we did in like these corners and just make kind of hills in the corner. Do it. Yeah, I feel like it could be kind of fun just to like, because you don't want it to be one flat area. You want to have a little bit of variety. And I'm probably going to make some of the walls more flat, like these ones sort of more flat. So having like a variety might be good. I think I'll just fill in this right now. Just going to run around. This is the fun part. This is like, you know, like when painters will like just fling paint at a canvas. This is like the Minecraft equivalent of that, is like just randomly placing blocks everywhere. What I'm trying to say is I'm an artiste. The Minecraft world is my canvas. Or something. Or something. I kind of wish I had more clay, but I also kind of like the fact that, like, the spawners are surrounded, like, by clay. Mostly, and it's like the moisture from the slime, I feel like wets down the stone. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but I don't know. I kind of like the visual nature of that. And then there's like a little bit over here. That was completely unintentional, but I like it. You guys aren't going to be able to shoot me anymore. And then the only thing I have to do is kind of make sure that I'm not missing anything. I feel like these night vision pots are not lasting as long as they usually do, but I guess I'm just taking way longer than usual on these. Of course, we will have to look at these without... I want to make all these caves kind of like dark and dim, but not incredibly dark where I can't see anything. Sorry, what is this gonna be? Sorry, I didn't read that. So the slime caverns right now. So the idea is, I really like the trial chambers, and the idea of what I want to do with this is I want to make like a roguelike kind of game where you enter the trial chambers and you have like a random weapon and you gotta try and clear the trial chambers as fast as possible. And depending on how fast you do it and like the loot you get from it, you get like X amount of points and stuff. And so it's just supposed to be like a fun little mini game. And I'm trying to design the zones for each area. And so this is the first area we're starting out, which is the slime caverns, is what I like to call them. And it's just the area with the 2 slime spawners. But I want to like make it look cool. So that's what we've been working on for a little bit. And then each area, we're gonna have a bunch of different areas with different spawners. We're gonna have different, like, I want to have different ways to get to areas. So like, there's gonna be different hallways that lead to different areas, etc. and so forth. And you're just trying to get through the trial chamber as fast as possible, and then you get points. You can use those points to buy better items, which makes your runs go faster, and you get better items from the dungeons and do different things. And it'll just be a grand old time. And I'm hoping that it's enjoyable at least for a couple games before I get bored of it, or I hope that I actually complete it. Jesus, I don't even know where you guys came from. Okay, so you can stop shooting me now. Okay. My controls, like, stopped working. Alright, we're in here now. Okay, Jesus. I don't know why I could not get out of that hole. That was funny. But yeah, so that's what we're working on right now. Is just a little fun little trial chamber build. Because when the trial chambers were announced, this was like the most excited I've been for like a Minecraft update in forever. And so I wanted to build something with it. I usually build some kind of thing whenever I get really excited for a Minecraft update. And this is what I'm going to do for the trial chamber. The only other area that I have in mind for what I want to do is I want to make... There's an area over there that has a lot of spawners. It's one of those rooms that have, like, 8 spawners in them. And the idea behind that room is going to be to have it... It's going to be a desert, because the different creatures that can spawn, or the different mobs that can spawn in this trial chamber are slimes, skeletons, husks, and, of course, breezes. And so I want to make that one with the husks and the breezes like a desert zone. And then I want to try and make a custom breeze texture that make them look like they're a dust tornado for this area. And I think that could look kind of cool. Because we have a mod that lets us make custom textures for mobs. I feel like that could be really cool. Okay. Let's start trying to figure out this. And you know, I'd always like to hear your guys' feedback. If you guys think one thing like looks good and one thing doesn't look good, let me know. 'Cause I like hearing about people's opinions on my builds. You know, I don't necessarily take everybody's opinions to heart, you know, where I'll go like, you know what, I'll change that. But sometimes I'll like think, you know, oh, we should have glowberries hanging from the roof. Yeah, that's a great idea. Like, you know, sometimes I'll take things and I don't even know that it wouldn't even thought of because I'm honestly not that smart. You know, I think people sometimes overestimate my lack of intelligence. Actually, we'll do this, this. Uh, I would like to do, and it's probably gonna be more on YouTube, so I'll have to try and figure out a way to do it. But cause like on Twitch, there's channel points that you can do stuff with, and I was thinking that I think it would be a fun idea to have some sort of viewer integration for this, where you guys could like with Twitch, I would just use channel points, so I don't really know how I'm gonna do it with YouTube. Maybe I'll just like let people have a say at some point, but I'd like to do a thing where you guys could choose an item, like you guys could get an item made for the trial chamber run. So say you want to be sort of cheeky, you could be like, I want you to have a wooden hoe named David, you know, and that's gonna be my weapon that I give you, and then that's put into the pool. So like at the beginning of each run, I want to have a random weapon selected, and it's going to be selected from all the weapons that we've either bought or that people have put into it, plus like the base weapons where I'm going to probably put like 2 of each type of weapon in. And so, you know, that's going to be in there. So there's a chance that I'm going to roll the wooden hoe for one of my runs and I'm going to have to deal with that. And then the only way we remove it from the pool, in my head right now, maybe I'll think of a different way, but the only way I think we should be able to remove it is if it breaks. That's the only way, like, I think you should remove it. So you kind of have to deal with it. Um, like I know these guys are trying to. You guys are trying to knock me into this hole. But that's the only thought I have right now for like stuff I wanna do with people, because I think it could be fun. Like I have custom textures for my items because I like making custom textures, and it just makes Minecraft feel more special when you can add things that are like personalized to you. Personally, that's like my belief. And so I make custom weapons and custom pickaxes and stuff to fit that. And I would love to have like even like viewers have a bit of a say on like, oh, I want you to have a pickaxe named Kevin, but like you could be like, but I want it to look like a piece of bread or something like that, and then we could have like, oh, well, we got the bread weapon, you know, like I don't know, like some to make it a little bit more unique. When you go into the trial chamber, we have a unique experience, and I always like when games have like goofy weapons, so I think that could be cool. And then it turns into like a game of like, okay, someone made this goofy bread weapon, but I had an amazing run with it, so it's like, oh my god, the bread weapon's crazy, you know, like everybody. Now all of a sudden it's lived in infamy, and because we named it, it's like so much more cool and special. That's kind of my thought process behind it. You know, an iron sword is just an iron sword until you give it a name. Then it can be whatever you want it to be. Okay, we're gonna reload up on blocks, I think. Stone. We'll grab another set of stone because we gotta convert that. Gravel. I think we also might be out of andesite and light gray concrete. Ugh. I gotta re-switch my drinks around. Kind of just rude. Oh my god, these people just are so rude. Okay, he's got punch on his bow. You think you're cool, huh? Okay, we don't have any elytra on us. This is the part where I improvise, and we're gonna put a little hole here in the mountain. Because why not? Improvised hole. Sometimes I forget I can just punch them. I guess Sweeping Edge would kill them faster, but... Perfect. I'm gonna just stick with what I got right now. It might look different and weird, but I'm different and weird, so it's fine. I think I probably could stick using this one. Yeah, we're fine. Ugh. Trying to drink water, but I'm kind of getting a headache. I don't know if it's all the plapping sounds from the slimes or something, but a little bit of a headache. I put my hat in another VTuber Minecraft server thing because I'm kind of shite at playing multiplayer Minecraft. Like I'm not a good multiplayer Minecraft player. Because I'm a lone wolf. Ooh. I like playing Minecraft by myself. You know, I've just had a lot of very bad experiences. We talked a little bit about it on stream, but I've had a lot of really bad experiences with like playing Minecraft with people back in the day, and it's like not in the dramatic sense, but in like a little bit of a sense, like left me a little bit traumatized to an extent about playing with people again. But I want to play Minecraft with people because I like playing Minecraft. And then also the last time I was in a Minecraft server with VTubers, it didn't really go well. So I'm a little bit wary of it, but I put my hat in the ring again, trying to maybe get a spot in it, but a lot of people responded to it, so I'm probably not gonna get into it. And I also just don't really have the energy for not modded servers, multiplayer servers sometimes, because every time I think about building something, I'm like, well, I just want to build it on here. Like, why do I build it there? I just want to build it here on my on my Minecraft world. Like I could be building on this one instead of that one, which is a very bad mentality that I have. Not necessarily bad, but it's a mentality I have of like, why spend the time doing it there when I could do it here? Because I feel like Minecraft's just such a good game that lends to playing with people. I just suck at it. Suck at playing with people specifically. So I wanna try to do it at least a little bit again. It's also part of the plan of just trying to get out there a little bit more and talk to more people and meet new people and do things that I wouldn't normally do. I want to look for. I'm pretty sure we had a little bit of andesite left. Like, might as well just use it. Might as well just use it. Grab this out. Get some more cobblestone. I haven't been to the cobblestone generator in a while. Maybe that's what I need to do next. I have sort of an AFK-able cobblestone generator where if I just have like a weight on my mouse, it will mine infinitely. I just gotta be careful not to just start mining the containment area. Of course, I come down here and my thing turns off immediately. I don't know if I talked about this, but I always like thinking about lore. And I like thinking about lore for like things in the world. I think I might have talked about this, but fuck it. You know, my stream, sue me. I always like thinking about lore. I really like the concept of like gods. Like I think that gods are really interesting in storytelling. And what I want to do is I want to make like I like making gods for things. And so for this area I want to make like a god that this area is like sort of a place of to test your fate, but also to be like not like a sacrifice. I can't think of the word. Like a place to honor, I guess, like a god. And the idea I want to do is the god is the god of luck, where or the god of the god of luck. And you come into like people will come into this area in hopes of getting like rich and earning like fame, glory, riches, whatever it may be, whatever they're wanting, and they come into here to try to earn that and then also like earn the god's favor. And the reason it's like the god of luck is because you're kind of gambling your life in here by coming in here to do the trial, and then it's luck that you get rewards is how you get rewards is you gotta have good luck, you know. That's my idea behind it. And I like gods having like iconic symbols, and for me I always like weapons for gods. I like having gods with iconic weapons. So we have a god slash goddess, I guess, named Pip. She's a character that kind of took over my entire lore because her real life lore is there's a mod called Tinker's Construct, and back in the day there was a mod that you could do you could put an add-on to Tinker's Construct, right? And that add-on would allow you to have it added an item called the demonic ingot, And the demonic ingot in Tinker's construct, when you had it on the head of a weapon, it would give you a... You would get different buffs from different materials in Tinker's construct. You can make custom weapons if you don't know what this mod is. And the demonic ingot, it would give whispering was the buff that you would get from it. And what whispering would do is that it would allow you to it would have the basically the weapon would talk to you, or the item would talk to you, and all it would really do would it would just speak in your chat, and it would be like I've craved for violence or something, like it would just be little fun little tidbits of like feed me, and like just say stuff. So I thought, like, wouldn't it be funny if there was like a thing possessing this scythe? It was a scythe that I originally made. And so I was like, we should think of a name for what we should call this scythe. And I was asking my friends what they thought, and my one friend was just like, I don't know why this is the name I'm thinking of, but is Piplup a thing? And I'm like, Piplup's a Pokemon. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, but Pip kind of sounds cute. And like, yeah, Pip. And so Pip kind of became, her own thing. And then I liked the idea of Pip and demon ladies, so I was like, Pip will be like a god in this world. And so we made Pip's scythe, which is a giant scythe, and if you haven't seen it, I'll be more than happy to show you guys later. And so that's sort of my idea with it, is that I like having characters with like iconic weapons, and so, or some weapons that they're synonymous with. And so for a long story short, this god, I want to have their it's another inside joke with my friend group, where we were playing like a tabletop game, like a D&D type thing that one of my friend's parents actually designed, and we were kind of game testing it, and one of the races in it was a changeling kind of person that would be able to change into inanimate objects. But they had very specific inanimate objects they could choose from. There's like a list of it was like a list of 20 or something like that. You'd roll a d20 to be able, and you'd roll it 3 times to be able to choose, and that would choose what you could change into as a changeling or whatever. I don't know if they're called a changeling. I could be wrong, but that's the premise. But if you rolled a d20, you could choose anything you wanted. I misunderstood this, thinking that, I could legitimately choose anything that I want, like anything. They meant anything on the list, but they just said choose whatever you want. And so I wanted to be a guillotine. I wanted my changeling to be a guillotine, because I thought, would it not be fucking rad to like capture the bad guys and then transform into a guillotine? I thought that would be rad. And so I rolled a d20. I was super excited. And I'm like, I want to be a guillotine. And they're like, you can't be a guillotine. And I was like, why can't I be a guillotine? Like, it's not on the list. I'm like, but you said I could be anything I want. And it kind of became a joke of like, why can't I be a guillotine kind of thing. And so I want this god's iconic weapon or iconic symbol to be a guillotine. And I want the door to the trial chamber that we walk into to be like a guillotine shape. I think could be kind of cool. No one will understand this lore, why I chose it, except for everybody in chat listening right now and my friends. So you guys are a special breed, and probably the people I explain to later down the line. Like, I'll probably explain it again. Because what am I if not someone that just repeats stories over and over again? But I just like thinking about stories. Like, we have if you haven't been in my streams super often, we have what is known as the Masu lore. And Masu is me. It's a nickname for myself. So if you want to call me Unchained, you can call me Unchained. If you want to call me Chain, you can call me Chain. If you want to call me Masu, I'd be more than happy for you to call me Masu. So whatever name you like the most. But I go by Masu sometimes. Masu. And so I name a lot of my characters Masu in games. And I thought one day I just kind of thought, wouldn't it be fun? Because I like thinking of stories, I like thinking of lore. I said, wouldn't it be fun if like all these games were kind of connected? You know, it started out being like with Pokemon, being like, oh, this person is like this person's dad. Like this character, the character from Sword and Shield is like, you know, the character from Scarlet and Violet's dad, right? And stuff like that. And I thought that would be fun to do, like have just some sort of like connections and make little stories. But then I thought, like, what if we went further? What if like I try to connect every single game that I play to each other? And it kind of turned into this ginormous thing where I keep trying to connect games to each other and put them on a timeline, and it's turned into this big spider web of games, and it doesn't really make sense, but it's kind of fun to try and think about, you know, where this would fit in the timeline and how it would work, and you know, why is it there, and what's happened since then, you know, what's happened after the game. And I would, and like so I like making these kind of stories up in my head, and at some point I would like to make a video about it. But it's just so convoluted at this point. I don't know why I'm sleeping, but we'll sleep. It's so convoluted at this point that I'm just like, I don't know if anybody will find it interesting, but like I like thinking of lore all the time for everything. Like it's and I like hearing other people talk about like stories and stuff. Because I've always liked writing short stories and different things, but I've never really I don't do it very often. And so I like, if like people have, if you guys have lore and stuff that you like to talk about, feel free to share it, because I love listening to that kind of stuff. It's always a lot of fun. Though I may be cringe, at least it's fun. It gives you something to talk about as well. Gives this area a little bit of volume. We still have to clear out that area, actually. I just realized that whole chunk over there is not cleared out yet. Like, that needs to be cleared out. um so we started building a little bit early, but that's fine. We mixed up stuff a little bit. Mixed it up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go drop off this real quick. I'm gonna grab I'll grab some lime stained glass. And do I have a crafting table here? Do we seriously not have a crafting table? Yeah, we need a crafting table. I'll stop the recording just so it has a separate recording, but we'll try to remember to turn it back on. Just because we've been recording that for a while. I do want to like make a video about the whole Masu lore and my addiction to writing lore, but like some of it is like cringe. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna put like a cringe warning at the beginning of those videos if I ever end up writing everything down, and be like warning, this video contains a large amount of cringe. Like, I don't wanna like subject people to absurd amount of cringe. Absurd levels of cringe without warning them. Stupid thing. I built that beacon up here thinking that it was gonna work down there. It does not. I didn't think it was. I was hoping it would. It would. I don't know how well glass and slime really mix, but I'm either gonna put slime in that hole, glass in that hole that we just dug, or a mixture of both. Slime, glass, or a mixture of both, depending on how they look. Unfortunately, I don't have the connected textures because that looks pretty good with connected textures. It looks like a little vat. I'm still shocked that we don't have a crafting table here. At least we're never gonna run out of slime balls while in the slime caverns. Physically impossible. Hello, bop, bop, and a bow, 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 bow. I think if we're gonna put, like, I'm gonna do... I think what I'm gonna do... Well, I want it one block down anyways. This would be the point where a creeper jumps on my head. Okay. So I'm gonna, like, do... slime blocks. Just kind of around. We break those. And then I think what I want to do is put slime here. And then put a little unfortunate. Okay, how about if I put like 2 here, would that work? No. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Okay. So I did kind of like how they look together. I think we're gonna just stick with the slime then. The glass kind of like looking through the slime is really weird. Like slime is a vampire or something. Can't be. That doesn't make any sense. It's not a reflection. It's a through a mirror. Not through a mirror. It's through glass. It still looks cool though. I was about to say, like, I just checked stream just to see how long we've been streaming for, and I'm like, and it said like 1 hour 40 minutes or something. I was like, there's no way. I feel like we've been streaming forever. And then it like reset, and it was like 2 hours 50 something minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes way more sense. Cause I'm getting kind of tired. I don't think I really did anything, but I'm getting like a, I don't know why I'm getting like a, oh, I do know why. I didn't sleep at all last night. uh, That'll do it. I'm like, I don't know why. I got like a headache and I'm really tired. It's like, oh yeah, I just genuinely didn't sleep last night at all. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, let's collect our things. Let's collect our things and head back. Where did I put my elytra? Oh, it's in my rocket box. It's 100% in my rocket box. Yep. Okay. We're gonna head back home. And then I definitely got to get a Wondercraft video out one of these days, because I've only been really streaming the world. But we're going to head back home, and then... Did I ever... Oh, I never pulled it out. Head back home, and then we'll end off. I'll show you guys Pip's Scythe, just in case no one's seen it. Because it was actually... the thumbnail of my most recent Wondercraft video was Pip's Scythe, because we got shaders. I installed shaders into my Minecraft, because I thought... I was playing with shaders on a modded world with some friends, and I've never played with shaders on. And, it's very pretty. I'll leave this beacon here for now. Let's not get struck out of the sky by lightning. How about that? How about let's not do that? I don't like playing with shaders normally, like, all the time, but to watch, like, to look at, like, your builds and stuff, it's really nice. I think once we finish the caverns, it will look really cool, especially with, like, the mood lighting. Every time I see that jungle, I go, am I going the right direction? Yep, I am. I need to trust my instincts. This is the village where we got all the trial chamber maps. Also, are you guys ready to see something crazy? In the Nether, I think, so I think my iron golem farm kind of broke a little bit, or or it's one of two things. So I think either my iron golem farm broke a little bit and a bunch of iron golems started spawning, and got through the portal somehow, or I had a platform of netherrack here. Hey, welcome back. I had a platform of netherrack here. Actually, maybe we'll try clearing out these guys. And because I was trying to spawn piglins up here so that I could put them in there. And I have villagers in here. Because I'm like, if I ever need to transport villagers, I'm going to just breed them and then transport the babies. And so I think they might have spawned the iron golems. But now there's just like 80 bajillion iron golems here. Let's go grab like a bucket of lava or something. Maybe that's what we'll do. Sleep in one of the many beds. You're learning to script in Roblox Studio? That's pretty sick. I mean, that would be really good if you, especially if you like programming and you want to learn about programming. That's a really fantastic way to learn. That'll be exciting. The stuff that you can make with Roblox is crazy. Also, I wanted to show off this because I was talking about it earlier. I don't know if anybody wants to see it, but I was talking about it earlier, and then I said I was going to show it, so I'll show it off. But this, I was talking about Pip and Pip's Scythe. This is Pip's Scythe that I made. We were talking about Pip, one of the gods of this world that I like to make in my lore, and this was Pip's Scythe that we made. This was one of the bigger builds that I did. The scythe actually didn't end up taking very long because it's like kind of 2D. It was everything else. But this was one of the first sort of bigger builds that we did. But that was what I was talking about when I say Pip's Scythe. I can make a system announce sums of questions in chat, which is pretty cool. Nice. That's sick. I love it. I love when you, like, I code. I have a coding degree. But I love when you use coding for, like, things like that and things that are just your interests. It's always fun. Alright, I'm gonna try and, like, melt some iron golems and then hope that they stop spawning. And if they're coming through the portal, hopefully they stop. But, okay, we're gonna... I'm pretty sure they won't attack me if I put lava on them, but... just in case. We might just... I might have just broken, like, a lot of my railway system, which sucks, now that I think about it. Oh, no. They block it. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, fuck it. Leave me alone. I don't think we have anything that we can light on fire by accident. I just don't want a lot of iron golems like this in one area, because I really don't want them to, like, accidentally aggro on me. We gotta be careful of the redstone, though. I'm pretty sure lava will break the redstone. You hate iron golems? I love iron golems. I just don't want them angry. I don't like them when they're angry. Oh, I didn't break that. You play Bed Wars, and there are iron golems you can buy, and they are so annoying, and they last 3 minutes. Oh, damn, that does sound annoying. I've never played anything like Bed Wars, so I wouldn't know about those. I think... Oh, I thought that guy was in the thing. Do I stick to single player? Yeah, I mostly do. I'm trying to get... I put my hat in the ring. Someone on Twitter posted a thing saying they wanted to start, like, a VTuber Minecraft server. And I put my hat in the ring because I thought that it would be a nice thing to try and, like, meet new people, you know, maybe try my best. But I just, like, I suck at multiplayer, you know? I put my hat in the ring. I would love to do it, but I don't think I will get picked because there was a lot of people that offer. There's like 200 people that replied to it, so I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna get picked. But it would be nice. But I just suck at multiplayer Minecraft. I like playing single player a lot more. And I kind of have this thing where, like, if I build something in multiplayer, I constantly think, like, why am I spending my time building this on this server when I could just build it in my hardcore world, you know? So, I was in a VTuber, like, SMP before, and it didn't turn out very well. It wasn't like the people were bad or anything. It just, it started off as, like, a VTuber SMP, and then it, like, devolved into just, like, a public Minecraft server, and then it had all these, like, plugins and stuff, and I just, unfortunately, at the time... like, I wanted to play on it, but I just didn't have enough time because I was, like, still in school and stuff, so, and I wanted to do other streaming projects, so it just, like, I didn't have enough time for it, and then it, like, it barely lived, like, 2 months. Is it hardcore? Yeah, this is my hardcore world. It's really the only world I play on now. I used to, I don't know why, I think they changed some of the textures or stuff, but I used to have, my resource pack used to change my hearts to look like a different custom heart that I had drawn, because I liked having, like, custom stuff, but it hasn't, it's for some reason stayed the hardcore one since, like, an update. I remember the first time I saw your stream, the cherry bonsai tree type thing. Cherry bonsai tree type thing. Oh, yeah. It was the... with all the sniffers in it, I think is what you're talking about. The little research center place. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, oh my god. I honestly... time flies. I don't even realize how... You know, sometimes I could recognize names. Like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I know you. You know, like, I've seen you around. But, like, sometimes I don't recognize, how long people have been watching for. Because I feel like that was a while ago. That was definitely earlier this year. There's still so many left. We're getting there, though. You're gonna look back real quick? Sounds good. Can I please collect it? Thank you. Yeah, 9 or 10 months ago? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Crazy to think about. I don't know when I started streaming on YouTube, but I've been streaming on, like, Twitch probably for, like consistently now, I think, like, 3 years now, consistently, which is kind of crazy. It feels like I have not been streaming for that long. I had my Twitch account for like 7 years. This YouTube account has been forever old. But I think like 7 years old is this YouTube account, probably over that. My first video is at least 7 years old, I think. You stopped watching the art lock stuff because you didn't like drawing, but your friend now draws, so you like it. I mean, it's a very different thing, because it's like, you go from, like, the Nuzlocke, the fast pace, like, oh, is he gonna lose a mon, to kind of like a, okay, this might just be like an hour of me trying to think of a design type thing. So I definitely see why it's not for everyone, and that's why I don't do it super often, because it's also kind of hard to think of ideas and stuff, but yeah, I remember the art lock was a lot of fun. I know we had a couple people drawing their own versions of the mons on the art lock. I would love to do one of those again at some point, but not for a while, I don't think. There's a game called Monster Crown that I really like. That's another, like, game where you tame monsters and fight monsters and stuff. It's a lot of fun. But, one of the cool features of it is you can put in custom, like, say you catch a monster, you can put in a custom texture for it, and it will, like, have that custom texture in game. It will have the stats of the monster that it was, but it'll put that custom texture. And it won't, like, say for instance you change Squirtle in Pokemon, it won't change every Squirtle, it will just change that specific mon. And I thought that would kind of be a cool, I don't have my Elytron, that would be kind of a cool concept for, like, an art lock, where we design pixel art monsters that we actually put in the game for Monster Crown, and we play like a Monster Crown. I don't know if I guess we could do like a Nuzlocke kind of thing in that, but maybe try that, because I never finished Monster Crown. It's a really, really good game, but I never finished it. Okay. It was his birthday yesterday, so I had to wish him a happy birthday. Nice. Yeah, you always gotta wish your friends happy birthday. That's the way to go. I don't know. I hear, like, villagers taking damage, and I never know where... I feel like they're, like, diving off stuff. I'm gonna put this over here. Yeah, I guess that's a place where I put them. Let's put this back. Why can't I click on the thing that I want? Okay. Well, I had a lot of fun streaming today, but I think I'm going to end it here. I'm getting a little tired, got a little bit of a headache, but we got quite a bit done. I organized my ender chest for the first time in 5 years. And now we got some stuff already getting done. You know, we're really making progress on all the things. So we're going to try and keep that up, work on some more stuff. Before you go, can you show me your favorite build? That's kind of rough. The favorite build is rough. I'm trying to think, because sometimes I don't even remember what I've built. Okay, I'll show you two. I'll show you two. I'll show you two of my favorite builds, because that's I think one's small, one's big. I think you've asked this before. You might have. It's hard not to, like, love everything, because, like, I wouldn't consider this my favorite build or that my favorite build, but I like them. Like, Poppy, I would, maybe not my favorite build, but, like, definitely one of my favorite things. Like, it's really hard to put a favorite, but, you know, Tina, Sushi over there. Sushi doesn't get enough love. Let's go see Sushi real quick. Sushi doesn't get enough love. He's down here, and nobody even knows he's down here half the time. This is Sushi. He was one of the first things I built in this world. Okay. So my favorite... This is, I'll show two things. They're kind of far away from each other, so that might take time, but I love when people ask me these questions, so I'm never going to turn these away. I love when people give me an opportunity to talk about my builds. But this is definitely one of my favorite builds. This was probably the first, like, massive build I ever did. This is called Iron Town. And you've probably potentially seen it before, but this is the first, like, massive build. I wouldn't consider it a super build by any means, but it's one of the biggest builds I've built. This island didn't exist before I built it, right? Like, there was no island here. This was just water. And it's loosely based off Princess Mononoke's, the movie Princess Mononoke's Iron Town. It's a place where I have my iron farm. And my gunpowder farm is over in that tower, and then my iron farm is down here, because in Princess Mononoke, Iron Town is known for making gunpowder and bullets and stuff, and iron. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to build a city based off it. This is my iron farm, so the iron golems spawn here, and then we get loads of iron and stuff. We have a chunk loader here, so it keeps going infinitely, and then I think this might be where the iron golems were coming from, but I'm not sure. I don't know how they would have gotten in here, but this is one of my favorite builds because it has a meaning. It's meaningful to me. It's filled with a lot of different stuff. Oh, I should double check actually. It's meaningful to me, and it has a lot of different builds. Like, that's the Shiba Sugar Cube based off my friend T the Shiba. There's this is the Sleepy Inn based off my friend Sleepy Pangu. There's the Minty Pond based off my friend Minty Clovers, and then there's also Minty Clovers herself as a Moo Bloom. Oh, the model kind of isn't working properly. I'll have to double check that. Actually, is the resource pack even on? It should be on. Huh, I'll have to double check that. That's weird. I didn't even notice that. She's supposed to have sprouts coming out of her back. Huh. Weird. Okay, we'll have to double check that. She's supposed to have sprouts coming out of her back, but I gotta double check this as well now that you got me here. I'm pretty sure your name is in the guest book. But is it in the guest book? So the guest book here is something I thought was fun for the Sleepy Inn. I guess you're not in the guest book. It's good that we thought about this. So the guest book is for the Sleepy Inn, and we just write people's names down. Some of them are like funny names, but we write down people's who drop by the stream. So we're gonna actually add. My X key is broken on my computer. Xvicity 1. What's going on, Merlin? I think this is right. I think so. And then also we want to add our other friend who is in here. It might still be in here, but I gotta scroll up for the name. Jimmy Saint. So now you guys are in my world forever. Let me double check that it's saved. Yep. So now you guys are in my world forever. Random question, what is your least favorite anime? That's also a very tough question because I don't really watch anime I don't like. Like, usually if I watch an anime, it's one episode. But one anime that I watched all the way through and I think is, like, genuinely horrible. I can't remember the name of it. But it's like, this will be a good conversation to have when we go to the next build that's, that I want to show off. That's one of my favorites. I can't remember the name of it, but it's about, the premise of it is this guy, the main character is the son of a rich guy, and he's like, and his dad says to him, but he dies, and he says, the only way you're gonna get my fortune is if you go to the high school that I went to when I was your age, and that was where I found my wife, your mother, right? And so you have to go to this high school, and you have to fall in love and get married to someone, and that's how you're gonna be my heir, right? And that's the only way you're gonna get all of my money. And so it's like, okay, interesting premise. Then he gets, this is the thing that I hate about it, and this is why I would say this may be my least favorite anime that I watched fully to the end, because I just had to see what the fuck happened too. It was kind of like a, okay, I need to see where this goes. He gets a letter, the main character gets a letter after his father dies saying that, hey, I'm your sister. Your dad had a sister out of wedlock with another lady or something, or maybe her mom, I don't know. But abandoned me. I'm gonna enroll in the same high school that you're gonna enroll into, and I'm gonna make you fall in love with me, and you're gonna marry me, and I'm gonna steal all your dad's money. And so the entire anime is like this guy getting hit on by women, but there's like a small chance that it could be his sister. And it's really gross and weird. It's a really weird anime, and I don't like it. Especially because the sister character is really gross and weird because she really likes her brother for some reason like that. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't like it. It's called like my sister is a secret student or something like that. It's really bad. Like, I did not like it at all. It was really gross and weird. Your least favorite anime is My Hero Academia? That's fair. I like My Hero Academia, but I don't like with how some of the seasons has been written. But this will be where we'll end off, I guess. This is another one of my favorite builds. It's a much smaller build than Irontown, but I'm a big fan of movie theaters. Like, I'm a huge movie buff. I really like movies. I like going to the movie theaters. I like watching movies. I like eating popcorn. I like eating candy while watching a movie, drinking soda, and watching a movie. Just sitting down, watching a movie with some snacks. I love the cinema. And so this is one of my favorite builds that we've ever built because it just brings me such nostalgia and such joy where you can walk in. I want to put movies on here. Like, we'll put signs with movie titles and stuff on here. We're going to have, we have the concession stands where you can come in and you can get sweet berries, a bag of sweet berries. You can get some cherry soda, cherry cola soda, you know, sweet-ish berries. So they're not quite. Oh, these are the sweeter berries. Excuse me. These are sweet-ish berries. So they're not sweetish berries, but they're sweet-ish. We got some bathrooms. This was sick. I stole this design, but this is sick. This is the bathroom. You know, got a nice bathroom in here. You always gotta have a bathroom. But then you have the theater, which is like one of my favorite things ever. I love the mood lighting in it. And then we have a green screen here. So we can let me do it. This no, it's not properties. It's filters, I think, right? Filters. Uh Trying to capture this right. Or maybe I shouldn't mess with this too much. I don't know. But the concept with this one was that it was supposed to look like a green screen. So you would look at it and it would be like a funny you know, like I wanted to make the one a green screen so you'd have like a green screen effect so we could put stuff back there and have like a movie. I think I don't know if I ever did this for an intro. Maybe I did, but I'm pretty sure I did like an intro for one of the Wondercraft episodes when I made this, being like I did my intro where I'm like, "What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wondercraft," and um, I was sitting here watching it and it was on my screen while I was sitting here. I'm pretty sure we haven't actually finished this area. I want to add more theaters. I'm not sold on these walls right now, but we're working on another theater. I wanted to do a red and a white theater because I want to do different colors for the theater, and this is red and white, obviously, but I don't like the vibe, so I'm gonna try and do different styled theaters with different like wall colors and stuff, and then that's to do that. I still haven't done that. Still haven't done what? Oh wait, sorry, I caught on a tangent. What haven't I done? Finished working on this, or oh, gas station? There was a gas station. Yeah. It wasn't a gas station, but there's the gas station the 7-Eleven is what it's called. It doesn't have a door for some reason. The movie covers at the start. Oh yeah. Well, no, because I have ideas. I'm working on something right now before I'm gonna put that there. Yeah. I have ideas for what I want, but I'm waiting for them to there's nothing in that we haven't gotten any movies in yet. So like why we can't advertise what we don't have, right? You know? So don't worry. I got you. That's what I want to do. Yeah, that was all a while ago. Yeah, that's why like my world is constantly being like tinkered with. Like I'm constantly doing different stuff. So a lot of things don't get finished until like way later. How is there none near you? These 7-Elevens, apparently they're up and like I still haven't finished this yet. 7-Elevens apparently up in their style and getting new stuff soon. New foods. And then this was what you were talking about. Oh, actually, I got one more I want to show because it's really hard to pick out favorite stuff. But this is what you were talking about earlier with the bonsai tree type stuff. I'm pretty sure you named one of these guys. There's John. Oh. I think there's one that's like aloe or something like that, isn't there? Yeah, aloe. Yeah. That's how the leaves look like a UFO. They do. They look very circular. This still actually hasn't. We still haven't completed this, really. But this is I'll end off here because this is one of my favorite new builds that I did recently. I did this because I built this entire thing the day I found out that Akira Toriyama passed away, the creator of Dragon Ball. I was just so distraught at the news that I had to channel it into art, and I made Kame House from Dragon Ball with Nimbus. And yeah, so I built this, and it's a nice little slice of heaven. I want to put a sign. I want to do like a pixel art thing, and I I want to put a pixel art thing to have like Kame House or whatever, or like maybe I'll put like Masu House on it, and then we did the inside. What I want to do, this is a little bit of a nerdy, this is a little nerdy thing for me. I want to put on this screen, I want to do pixel art. So we've been working on the pixel art project stuff. I want to put, I want to make a pixel art that's 2 maps wide of Gohan. I want to do it of Gohan fighting Cell, like a shot of Gohan, like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, or like something happening during the Cell games. Because that's like for me, one of the more iconic scenes is like Chi-Chi and everybody sitting at home watching the Cell games and like Gohan fighting. So I want to be like, that's the scene that's going on there. Yeah, so I want to do that. It actually, this would be probably the easiest one we've done but I do want to do it. So we've done it flat so far on them, but I do want to do it staircase, so it's more vibrant and better. So it might take a little bit longer, but we've worked crazy on it. And then this, I feel like you sort of never see the upstairs of Kame House. There's like a bunch of different versions of Kame House, but I thought I'm just going to leave a book with a quill so you can write stories while looking at the ocean, and a bed to sleep in, and then and yeah. So this is actually one of my favorite new builds. It's hard to say like what is my favorite build in my Minecraft world when I've built so many. But I'm very happy with these trees. I never build trees, especially palm trees, and they look great. So no, okay. You like Goku Black a lot? He's your favorite character easily? I love Goku Black. I think he's amazing. From what you've heard from friends, because you haven't watched the show, I think Dragon Ball's great. I think it might be a little bit tough to get into now, like, because it's kind of more slower, like anime. Like, you're gonna get anime that have like 20 episode seasons, where like Dragon Ball is like all of Dragon Ball from like Dragon Ball to Super is like hundreds of episodes, right? So it's hard to get into. It's a little bit older humor and stuff, but I think it's peak. I think it's great. I think Dragon Ball is like, I love Dragon Ball, but I always say like Dragon Ball isn't like about the best story. Like I'm not trying to shit on it right when I say this, because I love Dragon Ball so much. I love all Dragon Ball. But like Dragon Ball for me has never been about like the story. It's never been about like the characters. It's never been about like the writing. Like it's not you're not gonna like, it's good. I think all of the writing, I think all the characters, all the story, I think is good. But I think what like gets me so hyped about Dragon Ball is just like how it makes you feel, man. Like, like Goku going crazy and like the music in the background, and you're like, oh, and just like, and like when I watch Dragon Ball, it makes me want to just jump up and down. Like it just makes me want to get out of my seat and move and like punch a wall and just go like crazy, like Dragon Ball hypes me up. So it's like, that's what I love about Dragon Ball. It's like, if I think it's such a good show, I can see why people won't want to watch it. Well, that's Dragon Ball Z, I should say. Dragon Ball is less crazy hype and more like funny humor. If in a perfect world, if you wanted to watch Dragon Ball, I would say watch it from the beginning, like watch Dragon Ball. But if you want to watch more fight scenes and like more cool stuff, I would say start with Z. I think Dragon Ball makes like everything seem so much more, like watching it from the beginning makes everything feel so much better. And I haven't watched Dragon Ball in a long time, like the original, and maybe I want to go back to it. But like, I think watching Dragon Ball, you understand Goku more than anything. And if you're not ever gonna watch Dragon Ball and you're just gonna watch Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super or whatever, I think this concept has to be in your head. And so one of the episodes in Dragon Ball, not to spoil anything, but it's also like 20 years ago. So if you don't want to hear anything about Dragon Ball, like exit now, and I'll do this. I'll start spinning around, like mute, and I'll start spinning around. Okay, to tell you I stopped talking. But in Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball show, Goku's a kid, right? And he's learning how to fight from Master Roshi. Master Roshi realizes that this kid, he is strong. He is like one of the strongest kids out there, and he has a great work ethic, but he's strong. Like he's basically beating everyone. And Master Roshi realizes this, and he realizes, he goes, like, I don't want this kid to give up. Because what happens when you become the best at something? You give up. You don't keep trying to become better, right? Because you're the best. Why would you try to become better, right? That's a mentality that people have. And so what Master Roshi does, Goku goes into the tournament, the martial arts tournament, and Master Roshi disguises himself as Jackie Chun, a guy in a blue wig who's a martial arts master, and he fights Goku. And he fights Goku like crazy. He fights him so hard, you know, to beat Goku. And he spoilers, he does beat Goku as a kid. And Goku goes like, wow, like, old man, you're really strong. And he's basically like, I want you to understand that it doesn't matter how strong you get, there's always going to be someone stronger than you. So you have to keep like working on yourself to become stronger every single day. You can't just get to a point and stop and think you're the best. Always remember that there's someone stronger than you. And that's the mentality in Dragon Ball that I think sticks, that specific story for me, I think sticks out through the entire show, where that is what motivates Goku. Like, Goku is constantly trying to get stronger. People are like, oh my god, this guy's just obsessed with fighting. But it's because he knows in his head that there's always going to be someone stronger than him, and that excites him. And that's what I love. That's my favorite part of Dragon Ball, is that scene. And so I'm like, that's the one thing that I hate when people don't watch Dragon Ball, like the original Dragon Ball, is like they miss that scene, and I feel like it's so important. But okay, I'll spin around for anybody that wants to unmute. I'm gonna spin around to let you guys know that that it's over. But I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball so much, and I think it's a worthwhile show to watch. Even if you just watch like clips of it, I think it's worthwhile. Like, I love Super, but I didn't watch all of Super. I watched like the first half of Super and then didn't watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I love Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I actually, okay, I won't. Okay, we're just, now we're going on tangents. But I'll tell you a little story about me. I actually met 4 of the voice actors from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. At a convention. I got their autographs. I talked to Lanny Pator, Kaiser Neko, Antfish, and Takahata 101. Yeah. It was really cool. I'm gonna tell this story because I love telling this story, even though I've told the story a billion times. But they're like, for me, you know, if you ever hear me do a funny little voice, like try to do anything, those guys to me were like heroes to me, right? And I've always looked up to them. I'm a big fan of Takahata. If you don't know them by name, Takahata does Dende, does Super Kami Guru, does Cell, Lanny does Vegeta, Piccolo, Krillin, like Kaiser does Trunks, and Antfish does Hercule. So if you guys don't know, like, those guys do all the voices for the stuff, basically. Not all the voices, but like they do a lot of the voices. And they're people I look up to because they have like, I didn't know that like Lanny did Piccolo, Krillin, and Vegeta. I thought they were different people when I first watched it, and because they're such different voices, and I look up to them as like a voice acting person that likes to do voices. And so I saw that they were gonna be on VR chat. I had a DBZ meme avatar called Duracell, and I'm just Cell but with Duracell branding and colors. That's funny. I wasn't gonna go to the convention, but I saw that they were gonna be there, and I thought, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go see them. And so I went, and I was really, really nervous because I didn't know how it was gonna be, because it was a signing where you got to go up to them, and I didn't know if it was gonna be like 4 separate lines or we would go through whatever, but I was freaking out, and I really wanted to meet Takahata really badly. I wanted to meet Takahata 101 really badly, but I was way too nervous. So in my head, I'm like, if it's 4 separate lines, I'm gonna go to Lanny, because I think Lanny Pator will be the chillest one out of the group. Like, I like Kaiser. He's great. I like Antfish. I like Taka. I love Taka, right? But I felt like Lanny, for some reason in my head, would be the most chillest. And I wanted to tell them, because I've been watching them since I was a kid, right? Like, I've been watching them since elementary school, right? So I'm like, I wanted to tell them that, like, they've, like, raised me and I've looked up to them and stuff. Like, I want to tell them everything. And so I'm like, I think Lanny would be the best one to do that. But I got there, and it was a line where we would go through all four of them, right? We'd go up and go all through four of them. And, um, Lanny was the first one, right? And it was really funny to me because I thought Lanny would be the chillest, and Lanny was a chill dude. He was fine, but like when I got up there, I was basically panicking. Like I was freaking out, and I wanted to tell him like, I told him like, hey, I've been watching you since I was like a kid, and he's like, and now you have a beard. I'm like, yeah, like I was freaking out. And he just like didn't. He seemed like the most nonchalant. Like I was expecting some like I don't know. I was expecting some like revolutionary thing to happen to me, right? Like there was like God was gonna come down when I met these people, but it was kind of just a more chill thing, and it calmed me down to the point where I was like, okay, I can talk to them. And the next one was Taka, who was the one that I wanted to meet the most, and it was really funny because I told him like, okay, I've been watching you since I was like a kid, and like I look up to you guys, and like you guys have. Like I love you guys, and he was like, "Oh, you're making me. I just turned like 30 or something. You're making me feel old." I was like, "Oh, not. I didn't want to do that." And he's like, "Oh, I'm just joshing you." And he was like, he scared the shit out of me too, because he like when I told him that, he was like, "Lanny, did you hear what this boy said?" And Lanny's like in the middle of talking to the person next to me, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was worried. I was like, "Oh no, don't like interrupt them." And then Lanny's like, "What?" And he's like, he told us he's been watching us since we were kids. He's like, "Oh yeah, he told me." And I was like, okay. I felt bad. And then, but Taka did like, and this was before they stopped doing DBZ. This was like right before they announced that they weren't going to continue doing DBZA. And Taka was talking to me about like, because I was like, I hope to watch you guys forever, basically. I was like, I hope I can watch you ever. He's like, I hope you don't watch us forever. And I was like, what? Like, huh? And he's like, I hope that you like, because he's like, to grow, you have to change. And I hope that you change as a person and you move on and you find something else that you enjoy, and you don't stick with us all the time, and we all change, and like we move on and we evolve over time, and we do different things. And I was kind of like caught off guard, but I wasn't really quite sure why he was telling me to stop watching them. And to me it felt like he was kind of preparing me for, we're gonna stop doing DBZA and we're gonna do different things. And it was something for me that like actually really helped me through it, because I feel like I would have probably had a much more difficult time. And it's weird because I haven't watched DBZ basically since that conversation. I haven't watched TFS Team 4-Star since that conversation. Really, I've watched Takahata do his VTuber stuff, but I haven't really done anything else with that. So it's kind of funny that it happened how he said it. And then we got to Kaiser, who I thought, like, I wasn't expecting anything from Kaiser Neko, personally, because I was like Taka's my number one, Lanny probably would have been my second, and then Kaiser and Antfish probably. I didn't know what to expect from them. I wasn't as big of fans as them at the time, but I was still big fans of what they did and what they were part of. But me and Kaiser had like the craziest moment where I was like, I told him the same spiel. I said, and I was at this point I was at the front of the line because I was taking so long, so nobody was in front of me. So Antfish was kind of looking as well, and I was telling them, you guys are like, inspirations to me. I've been watching you guys since I was a kid, and I've all the same old spiel, and Kaiser looked at me and he was like, "What's your name?" And I had like a little badge with my name on it because it's the convention or whatever. And he's like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Yeah, it's good to meet you." And he's like, "Yeah." And we were kind of looking at each other, and he was kind of getting teary-eyed. I was kind of getting teary-eyed, and we were having this like really cool moment where we were just both like connecting. And it was really nice because he like asked me something like, how did you like the latest season or whatever. I was like, it's so good. Like, it was so good. You guys did amazing. And he's like, I'm really glad. And we just had this like, I'm getting emotional thinking about it, but we had like this really emotional like thing where I didn't expect anything from him. I didn't expect anything from like that moment. I didn't know what to expect from him, but I didn't expect to have this profound like conversation with him. And then Antfish got the short end of the stick. I said, "Thank you, sir," and walked out because I was gonna start crying after I got his thing. But I was like, after that, I was like, I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I got to meet those guys. They're like literally my heroes. I have their shit framed on my wall. But like, it's crazy to think that like I haven't. There was like years where I haven't even thought about them. Like if someone mentioned it, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I love those guys," but I haven't even like thought of them. I follow them on Twitter, so I see them every once in a while, but like I haven't even thought about watching TFS or doing anything with that. And they've all moved on to their own things, and we've all like grown over the years. You know, they like a lot of the groups doing different stuff. Taka's doing his own thing, and it's kind of cool to see all of us just completely different people now than we were back then. It's kind of cool, but yeah, that's my meeting TFS story. I've said it probably 14 times, but it's always fun to tell new people, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it at least a little bit, and it wasn't a little bit too boring. But I had a lot of fun today telling you guys this story, and I had a lot of fun playing Minecraft, and I hope you guys had a fun day chilling out with me. I'm gonna head out, I think, and then on Thursday we're doing outro music time. Exactly. I don't have an outro music for stream, but outro music time. Exactly. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thursday we're gonna do some MPW Masu Pro Wrestling. If you guys are interested in that on Twitch, we're doing the next premium live event. We're gonna have some championship matches there. On Friday, we're gonna continue Shin Megami Tensei 3. If we don't complete Shin Megami Tensei 3 in that stream, I'll probably also play it on Saturday. Maybe, but we'll see. If not, on Saturday I'll play Gotham Knights, and that's sort of the schedule for this week. And then I'll see you guys on Monday again for that's my Badoongs. Sorry, I'll see you guys on YouTube. The world starts raining right as I say it. I'll see you guys on YouTube. Don't want to go to school tomorrow. You have the worst partner for math class. Well, I hope math class is a good one because I was never really good at math, but you got it, honestly. And who knows? Maybe you'll have a great day. You know, you never know what kind of day you're gonna have until you have it. So they do nothing. Yeah, that does suck. I hate working on projects with people back in the day at school, but you know, I think you'll get through it. And you know what? It's gonna make you trust me. The fact that if you were in a group like a group situation and the person never does anything and you do everything, it sucks at the time because you know they need to do things, right? It shouldn't be, but you're gonna be so prepared for later on in your life because you're gonna be able to. Someone's gonna be, maybe they're not gonna be that they're not doing anything, but maybe they can't do something, or maybe they don't know how to do something. You can hold that. You can carry that person's slack in a future job. People are gonna know that you're responsible and dependable if you can get that done. It's definitely sucks being the responsible one, but I think it's better overall. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Thursday. If not, I'll see you guys on Monday on YouTube again. Thursday, Friday, Saturday on Twitch, and then yeah, I'll see you guys. If not, I'll see you guys sometime down the road, or if not, see you next time. Have a good one. Bye. Matane. Bye bye.